fired up right now. Texas National Day number 2 on lock. Capital City BMX. Another big shout out to the TO, all the volunteers out here at Capital City. You guys got this place dialed in. Breakfast is cooking over at the snack bar. So get on over, get yourself fed, get yourself grubbed up for the day, fueled up for racing. We are getting down to the action right now as we get the gate locked and loaded. 6 and under mixed open on deck, taking 2 riders straight to a main right out of the first round. Jordan Spears, Justina Trujillo, Mo, getting ready to go. Locked, loaded, ready for action. Captain Ron on deck. He's ready to let them loose. Where you at, Capital City? Let's make some noise. DJ Morris in the house. He's got the tunes going on. Saturday morning action. Coach Bradford, he'll be scouting some new talent out today, man. I have the iPad out and we're ready to go. I have his little notepad pulling right out of the pocket, getting work. Now, here we go, taking it downtown. Spears looking for a top spot as we head into that send it turn number 1. Jordan Justina Trujillo, Mo Power out for turn number 1 down the second straightaway. I don't even hear Mo's dad getting loud yet. Coming down that second straightaway, looking for it on those top spots. Got room for 2, moving on to a main event. 11 is the moto heading back around. Spears running the show way out front. Little Sis was just racing the balance bikes as they go down that second, third straightaway now. Heading into turn number 3 in that dog leg straight, coming back around, looking for a top 2 finish. 2 riders moving on as we head through it. Back behind turn number 1. We'll see who pops around the corner. On the step table, coming back down to us. See who's going to get this one wrapped up. Coming back in and out of that last straightaway. 43 bike going to be Spears. Amy getting it done on the front line. She is all race face. Back to the line with a 91 bike. Will pick up the 2. Mo Power going to get that done. Sailor Mo for that 2 out of Moto 11. 12's your moto down the third straightaway. Vescuso, Trent, Schroeder, Napolitano. Got to be Skylar Orn leading the charge. Black Widow on the top spot, running the show as she comes back around in and out of that last turn. Back down to it. Nag 1 on the front line. Looking for that 2. Factory Sin at LSG. Rocket Ryland coming back home. Getting Schroeder picking it up for the 2. Out of moto number 12. 13's your moto. Got to be Dynamite Daisy Noella running the show out front. Salemi got in the right moto this morning. She's not messing around today. She's coming back through. She's looking for that 2 spot. Taking 3. Spano, Gannon, Moralato, Haas, and Farrell coming down to it. Getting it wrapped up out front, though. It's on Dynamite Daisy Noella. Salemi, Sour Patch picking it up on the 2. And the D-Bike will round out your top 3 of Farrell. She'll come back around for that Gate 9 posse. Out of Moto 13, 14's your moto downtown. We go in that second turn, third straightaway, Martin, Vescuso, Novak, Langer. Got to be Firefox, Vescuso on the top spot as she kicks things into high gear out of that third turn. Coming around the last straightaway, bring this one back home for the BMX Sharks. We'll bring it back through on the National Age Group number 10 bike. Vescuso gets it done out front. Out of Moto 14, 15's your moto. Out of the second turn, third straightaway, Hart, Macias, Carey, Gaylor, Forsyth. Got to be the Terminator, Brickell Wilson out front. She's got this one locked in. Dallas, Texas, coming back through with Randolph, trying to find top 3, moving on as they come out of that last straightaway. 15, Samono coming from behind turn 1, back through. Going to be the K-Bike. Forsyth to pick up that 2 spot, back to the stripe. Along with the boss, going to be Gaylor. Gaylor pick up the 3 on the 12. Out of Moto 15, 16's your moto, in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Smith, Hammond, Cyrus, Martin working it down the third straightaway, 15-16 mixed open. Got to be Cyrus out front. Factory Sin at LSG. Headed for it out of that last turn, looking for that early morning transfer run coming back through in the National Age Group number 9. It's all Cyrus. Take this one wire to wire. Out of Moto 16. 17's your moto, 6 and under open on track. Lopez, Schrader, Garcia. Coming out of turn number 1 down the 2 straightaway. Regulators looking for a top spot. Got to be light speed. Garcia in and out of turn number 2 down the third straight. Cranking this one up, keeping it going on. Rusty Bowl local, NorCal kid coming down the 3 straightaway. Going to bring this one out into that last turn. Garcia running the show. Schrader and Lopez working it out. They'll come back through out of that last straight one more time as they come back around the turn. Still got that 25 bike on the top spot. Garcia coming back to the line. We're going to go with the Schrader on the 2. The Schrader, and the crazy baby Lopez will pick up that 3. A couple of NorCal boys getting it done on that one. Dropped one off downtown. We'll get that one checked out right there. Sullivan, Wiggins, Kinsler, Hicks, Simon, Napolitano, Salerno. Back at me now. Got this one locked in with the W5 and the NAG 7 bike. 1-2 in the Gate 9 color is going to go Sullivan. Will pick it on that 3 spot. Downrider back up over here. Give him a little love. Answer Army coming back through. Lau, Schumann, Tremillo, Lander getting back up. Schroeder, Despopoulos, Showtime on the top spot. Back to the stripe. He'll go with Laser Show. Schumann will pick up the 2. Give Lander a little bit of love. Not the way he wanted to start the day off, but he lives to tell about it. He's going to ride it out, so he'll be back for that second round before you know it. So we head downtown right now looking for another hole shot going on with this one. Hazelnut, Tosher taking it down into that first turn. Going to send it down the 2 straightaway. Hammond, Carrasquero, Noyola, and Novak working this out. Looking for 2 riders moving on. 20 is the moto in and out of that second turn. 11-12 open on track. Keeping it fired off down that 3 straightaway. Tosher looking for that top spot. Keeping it moving on into that last turn. Bring this one back through. There goes Lander finishing up right there. Give him some love as he comes down that last straightaway. He'll be back for that second go-around, the open class. We come back down the last straight, looking for a top spot now. Tosher bringing this one back home, picking it up, looking for that 2 spot. And that squared color is going to be Gnarly Charlie. Noyola picks it up, brings it back around out of Moto 20. 21's the Moto. Big Bro, Vicario, Cutler, Vescuso, Morris, Therian leading the charge. But Big Bro, Vicario taking a little shark bite into turn number 3. Let's see if he comes out on that top spot. Well, they'll still go and bring this one back through. Leo going to come back to the stride. Big Bro, Vicario will come back around for that 2. We'll give his little bro, Ollie Man, a little shout-out. Jenny, I know they're probably tuned in early on a Saturday morning. Reader, Collie, BB, Mooney. Deech coming down that 3 straight. Reader looking for a top spot. Let's see if he's got a little extra pole going into that third turn. Last little dog leg straight coming back around. Going to go Collie and Reader, 1 and 2. They'll go side by side as they come back around, and they'll get it done. And they'll move on to that main event. Out of Moto 22, 23, Shimoto, Wendell, Harwick, Owen. Headed into turn number 2, checking out on this one. S-squared, Texas chapter on that top spot. T-Rex going to go Owen, bring this one down the 3 straightaway. Landstar Colors looking for that 2 spot. The Viking, Harwick trying to hold on to that 2, looking for low points with Wendell. Wendell going to ramp it up out of that last turn and see if he can catch him down the dog leg straightaway, coming back through. Still got Harwick hanging on to that 2 spot. Wendell back on the 3. Looks like that's the way they'll finish it up as they come across the stripe. Out of Moto 23, 24, Shimoto. In and out of turn number 2, down the 3rd straightaway. Williford, Inglis, Franco, Carbona. Long hair, got to be Inglis, charging hard through that 3rd straightaway, looking for a top spot. Let's see what we got coming out of that last straightaway. 11 bike still getting it done right now. Carbona coming back through. Utah boy, he'll come back to the stripe and get it wrapped up right there at a Moto 24, 25. Shimoto 8 and under girls. Cruisers on track. Greer, Leaper, Holiday, Edmonds, Wesley. Charging hard in and out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway, little MJ Holiday on the outside. Oh, Rhett's big sister on a run right now down that 3 straightaway. Everybody's cranking it up. Wesley on the charge for it down the 3 straight into that 3rd turn. Let's see who's going to kick it off and bring it back home. Looking for top 2, moving on. 25, Shimoto on the way back around. Still got it wrapped up on the front line. Back to us, 14, little MJ Holiday. Holiday picking up with the 8 bike right there. Leaper picks up the 2. Lost both shoes on that one. Oh, picked up the trailer. Shepard, Vescuso, Strain, rain on Wallace. Wallace coming uncorked out of both shoes. We'll get her checked out. Looking for this one in and out of that second turn. 3rd straightaway. Sean Carvajal's LDC. Mighty Mia going to rain on that top spot. She'll run the show. Coming back down the 3 straightaway into that last turn. Got room for 2 moving on. 26, your moto. Wallace getting ready to get back up. She got to get her shoes back on first as they come back to the stripe. Going to go Raina. She'll take it upstairs. Get a little extra backside on that one as she comes back home. Looking for a 2. We'll see who's going to drive it back around the last straightaway. The Rocket, Rory Strange. She'll come back for that 2 on that Gold Cup 1. Back to the line. Out of Moto 26. Crystal the Pistol Wallace. She's back up. Shoes are back on. She's solid. She'll finish it up. Out of Roanoke, Texas, coming back through. Vescuso, she'll bring it back around. She'll throw us a nice little manual there over the tabletop. Take another one downtown. Alvarez, go Malicki, Fessler, Cattell headed into turn, first turn down the second straightaway. Scoops, go Malicki on the top spot. Supercross BMX coming down that 2 straightaway. She's got this one locked in too much. Alvarez trying to crank it up, trying to ramp things up to catch her coming down the 3rd straightaway. Go Malicki checking out on this one. We'll give a little shout out to Mark. He's probably cooking breakfast with all the dogs right now. Probably making them bacon and eggs and all that kind of good stuff coming back through. Scoops getting it done out front, though. She's got the lock on the top spot. Take that first round transfer and bring it back to the line out of moto number 27. As she comes to the stripe, 11-12 girls cruisers heading for it. And now that second turn, third straightaway, Ashley Hale, Hanson Brown. 13-14 girl cruisers on track as we got this one going on. Lock on that top spot. Diamond Lil taking it upstairs. Hyper Factory Rider coming down that three straightaway. She'll bring him into that last turn. Headed for home right now, coming back through, looking for one, moving on to a main event as they come on back to the line. Looks like it's going to be Diamond Lil. Ashley pick it up right there. Out of moto 28-29 your moto. Braden Cheryl Wright ramping things up in and out of that second turn. Third straightaway, Premier Colors on the top spot. Got to be Kiara Cheryl coming down through that third straightaway. Braden picking it up on that two spot. SE Colors with Landstar. Going to be Jocelyn Wright picking it up on the three. A couple of Oklahoma girls running the show. Coming down the line, bringing this one out of that last straight. Back to us. It's all Cheryl back to the stripe. Cheryl Braden go 1-2 to the stripe. And Wright will pick up the three. Get it wrapped up right there. Out of moto 30-31. Shimono Micho, Dickey, Meyer. Well, they had an outstanding race yesterday. Little T-Bell Dickey went full ejecto over the send at first turn, but she is leading the charge right now. She is not letting it happen today as she comes in and out of that third turn, fourth straightaway. Back to the stripe, Little T-Bell, Dickey keeping this one on lock right now. Meyer coming back for that two. Micho on the three. That's the way it goes. Out of moto 30-31 Shimono. Rafi Weiss, Gaylor, Harwick coming down through that third straightaway. Looks like Premier Colors on the top spot right now. The Ladybug Weiss running the show when she comes down through that third straight. 31 Shimono out of the last turn. Taking a one straight to a main event all the way back to the stripe. We're going to go Weiss. Oh, airing it out a little bit. Weiss takes it up top on the way back through the last straightaway. Gaylor goes for a little sin. She's a little backside on it. Back to the stripe. Out of moto 31-32 Shimono. In and out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Shirley Fields, Hunt, Privet. Working it out. 32 Shimono on course. They head down through that third straightaway. Devil Dog looking for a top spot. Privet running the show out of Rio Linda, California. Down that third straightaway for the SE Flyers. Coming back down to us, going to get this one wrapped up all the way back to the stripe. We're going to go Privet. Privet will get it fun. Back to the line. Hunt, you taking it upstairs? She's on not today. She's on its way too early. Hotop, Black, Piper. Coming down through that third straight. 51-55 Lady Cruisers on track. Total points racing going on as they bring the ladies back through in and out of that last turn. Coming up for that top spot. Got this one going on. Getting hyper with Piper on the front line. She'll take it up top. Nope. She says, I'll keep it low for the dough. Back to the stripe. We're going to go Hotop for the two. Black for your three. Out of moto 33-34 is your moto now. Lee, Lobler, Davis, Baker, Bergstrom. 56 and over. Ladies Cruisers. I'll give my boy Charlie Borland a little shout out. He might be tuned in today, Chuck. How many days till Christmas, man? Let me know. Coming back down to us. 34 is your moto. Getting it done out front. NorCal BMX on that top spot out of Reno, Nevada. Bring this one back through. My good friend Marcy Davis coming down the last straightaway. She'll lock it up. Looks like Amy Lee going to pick up the two. Back to the stripe for Cyclecraft BMX out of moto 34. 35 Shimano. Here we go. Big send it downtown. Shepard, Baxter, Baker, Fox, Perry, Adams, Hicks. Factory Redmond on the top spot. On the Legacy Money Bags. Fox, he is checking out. Adios, amigos. Setting down that second straightaway. Fox running the show. Coming back through. Grand Prix local out of Titletown as he comes down that third straightaway. Perry, Adams, Hicks, Baxter, Baker, and Shepard working this one out down that third straightaway. Acme Colors trying to pick it up on that two spot as they come down the three straightaway. Got to be Kate Hicks. Hicks trying to ramp this one up out of NorCal. We've got a NorCal-SoCal shootout going on 1-2 as they come out of that last straightaway. Still got Fox on the top spot. Money Bags getting it done. NorCal BMX Colors picking it up for that three spot. Back to the stripe. Going to be Baker round out your top three. Out of moto 35-36 your moto out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Terrapin Colors running the show now. Down the third straightaway. Got to be the Arson Larson. Another Oak Creek local out of NorCal. Napolitano, Sikowski, Aveni, Mann, Rick, O'Hagan, and Kinsler. Charging hard down the third straight, bringing them into that last turn. Who's got the top spot still locked in? Larson coming back through with the Gold Cup 2. Martin Aveni, Nebraska boy, back to the stripe. He'll go with the next 7. How about Rick will round out your top 3. Another SoCal kid coming in for that third spot. 9-year-old Cruisers, 37 Zamono out of the second turn, third straightaway. Johnson, McConnell, Colwell, Vanderheiden, Cattell, and Jarvis Turner. Got to be the Kamikaze running the show. Rift Tangent Factory Colors. Coming down the 3 straight into the last turn. He'll head for that dog leg straightaway. Coming back at us. It's all the Kamikaze out front. Takes it upstairs through the kink all the way back to the line. We'll go with the next 7 bike. Will pick up that 2 spot. McConnell, Colwell We'll go 1-2, back at us, out of Moto 37, 38 your Moto, battling for that 2 spot down the third straightaway. Wheelie Wade Shirley. I see the wheel up right there. Shirley taking into that 2 spot as he comes down the 3 straightaway. High-low. Rodriguez, Sean Carvajal's LDC, looking for a top spot as he charges for home. Out of that last straightaway, back to the stripe. 23 biker Rodriguez ramping it up, back to the line. Wheelie Wade Shirley takes it upstairs over the table to the stripe out of Moto 38, 39. Macias, Eubanks, Gallegos, Johnson, Rodas coming down the 3 straightaway. JBR colors out front. The Machine Johnson running hot out front. He's got the machine turned up full power right now as he runs the show down that 3 straightaway. Got the Shark right behind him. Cruising to Racer. Gallegos pick up the 2. Back through Moto 39. 40's your Moto. 11-year-old cruisers. Room for 3 moving on. Young, Bishop, Long, Hester, Walker, Warner, Paxman, Angela. Coming down the 3rd straightaway. National number 1. Looking for that top spot. The national number 1 cruiser. The young gun, Cody Young, J&R colors. Out of Florida, he'll come back around. He'll lock this one up on the way back through. Out of Punta Gorda, coming back down the last straightaway, looking for it. Aruba picks it up for the 2. Going to go Paxman for that 3. Back to the line. Give Leahy a little shout out back out there at Punta Gorda. He's probably tuned in on a Saturday, or maybe they're out there racing go-karts. I don't know. Gonzalez, Clark, Thomas, Eakins, Piper, Loza. Coming through the 3rd straightaway, bringing them into that last turn. 41, some Moto 12-year-old cruisers. Got room for a pair moving on as they come back through. The OG Lone Wolf. Loza coming back to the stripe. He'll go with the 6 bike or the 5 bike of Piper. Piper will come back through for HRP, picking it up out of Moto 41. 42's your Moto down the 3 straightaway. Got to be a Black Widow running the show. Got to be Tyson Hoffman, Terry Lee, George out there. Did the national anthem for us this morning on his trumpet. Good stuff going on with George as he come back down that 3 straightaway. It's all Tyson on the front line, though. He's keeping it wrapped up. Coming back through the last straightaway, looking for that 2 spot. Noisy Boy Hoffman, Tucson, where's she at? She's there. As we come back home out of Moto 42, 43's your Moto. Got to be another Tyson on the top spot. Taylor Stewart, Anderson, Christian running down the 3rd straightaway. 13-year-old cruisers, room for 2. Moving on to a main event. 43's a Moto as they head for it out of that last dog leg straight. Coming back home. Tyson running the show down the line. He'll pick it up. S-squared colors for that 2 spot. Super B Christian. We'll get it done out of Moto 43. Heard a lot of brakes grabbing on going into that first turn. Everybody trying to get onto that first round. Big swing from the backside down that 3rd straightaway. Nate Dogg Walker making a hard push. Got the door closed up tight, though, from BMX Shark Mad Max. He says, not so fast, bro. You just slow it on down for a minute. I'm going to try to transfer on out this first go-round. Let's see what goes on. 1 bike getting it done. The Roadrunner Nichols picking it back up to the stripe. Mad Max Vescuso gets the 2 locked in out of Moto 44. 45's your Moto head in the 2nd turn. Gassett Gunning, Perry, Ledesma, Bowler, Stafford, Akers, Vretos, and Jellison. Gunning running the show way out front right now out of Snowmass, Colorado. Full throttle BMX. Down the 3rd straightaway, Perry, Ledesma, Bowler, Stafford, Akers, Vretos, Jellison, all charging hard down the last straight. Coming back home, looking for Bowler. The little bowl picks it up on the 2. Back to the line with the Gold Cup champ. Jellison round out your top 3. Out of Moto 45, 46 your Moto now. Coons, Klingel, Hopper, Stewart. 16-year-old cruisers, 46 is the Moto. Total points racing going down. Powerlight DFR looking for that top spot. Stewart trying to hang on to this one on the tight rope. Coming down the 3rd straightaway, the Iceman trying to keep it smooth and cool behind him. Let's see if he can make the pass down the dog leg straightaway. He's still wrapping it up out front. Stewart, Klingelhofer going to go 1-2 back to the stripe. The LJ Coons will pick up the 3. Out of Moto 46, 47's your Moto now. Jackson, Serini, McHenry, McCauley, Maben, Davis down the 3rd straightaway. Got to be Serini on the top spot running the show. Bay Area Dynamics. NorCal kid out of Newark, California. Bring this one back through. Serini wrapping it up. Back down the last straightaway looking for a 2 spot. 8 bike McHenry. BMX Showboaters will come back to the line. He'll get it done out of Southern California. West Coasters will go 1-2 out of 47, 48 your Moto. Allen Davis, Lucas Atchley shuts in and out of the 2nd turn. 3rd straightaway looking for the top spot. Atchley keeping things wrapped up right now. HRP colors. Coming down the 3 straight, bringing them into that last turn. Looking for Allen, trying to crank it up for that 2 spot. 31-35 cruisers on the way back home. Still the Gold Cup champ. Coming from the outside, though. Davis making a push. Let's see. Gets him locked in. Davis will come back around. He'll get it done with Ashley. Get done top spots out of Moto 48, 49 your Moto. Hunter, Hurst, and Knapp running the show down the 3 straightaway. Gordy's colors on the top spot out of Phoenix, Arizona. Going to be Timmy Knapp. He'll bring this one out of that last turn, cranking it up all the way back down to it. Let's see what happens looking for the 2 spot. The 168 bike. Hunter pick up the 2. Hurst for the 3. Give Chris Knapp, Mike Tradup a little shout out. Maybe they're tuned in on a Saturday morning. You never know what they're doing out there. St. Romain, Oliveria, Dubois, Brown, Gaines on deck, ready to roll. St. Romain got a pretty good pop on this. Whoa, around the outside, sent it down the 2 straightaway. Claiborne Answer Colors. He's got this one rolling on down that second straightaway. Pink Mango looking for it on the 2 spot. Nice drive in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. S squared, Dubois, he's going to try to crank things up. Quick draw. He better get it moving on down that 3 straightaway. He wants to find a way in. He got room for 2 to go. 51-50 is the moto. Down to us now, bringing these guys in and out of that last turn. Let's see who's going to fire it off all the way. Oh, get a little loose down there, down the last straightaway. St. Romain still got it locked up on the top spot. The Pink Mango, Olveria back to us on the 2. Out of Moto 50, 51 Germoto out of the second turn, third straightaway. Oliver, Randolph, Lee, Gomez, Pruitt, Bauer, Diaz, and Felt coming down the 3 straightaway. TNT Colors out front. Got to be Diaz looking for a top spot. Everybody getting a little balled up into turn number 1. Pruitt went off track right there. He's sit it out for just a second. He'll come back out of that last turn. How about the 43 bike? Will pick it up with the Nag 10. How about Gomez and Randolph will round out your top 3 on a Moto 51, 52 Shimono. 51 to 55 cruisers. Vergara, Miller, Jones, McIntyre, Kennedy. Kennedy way out front right now, man. He is feeling fresh and smooth this morning as he goes down that 3 straight. Factory Black Crown Colors. Keeping it ramped up, locked in as he comes for home in and out of the last turn. 52's your moto on track as they head for it. Back down the last straightaway. Kennedy getting it done. Smelling all fresh and Diva clean as he comes on back to the stripe. We're going to go Miller for the 2 spot as he come back home out of Moto 52. 53's your moto. Lamelli, Prince, Ramirez, and Johnson in and out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Who's got the top spot? Got to be Mr. Dibbs. Prince, All-Star Racing Colors. Cowtown T.O., he comes down that third straightaway. He's going to keep it locked up on the front line, coming back through. Lamelli working it out. Ramirez and Johnson coming back through. It's all Mr. Dibbs. Prince, he'll take it upstairs. He likes to air it out a little bit along the way, coming back to the line. The captain, Johnson. Johnson will pick it up on the 2, and that's the way it goes right there. 56 to 60 cruisers. Some old tykes, some big bikes. Jimmy V taking it for a nice pop downtown. He's got the inside drive going on. Going to send it out of the first turn. Whoa, Cody Smart. Whoa, dropped one off along the way. He's back up, though. Give some love right there. Looks like Malvern Mattis, he went down. Got a little loose out of that first turn, down the third straightaway. Still got this one locked in, looking for that top spot. Coming down the 3 straightaway, the commander, Cody Smart, riding smart as he sent it out of that first turn. Made a nice move out of turn number 1. Coming back through that last turn, last straightaway. Still got the commander out front. He's got this one going on with Jimmy V. We'll take another one down in the first turn. The Nag 10 bike looking for a top spot. Vontesmar, Angus, and Freeman out of turn number 1 down the 2 straightaway. Vontesmar, he's going to try to crank things up as he heads in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Nag 10 going to get things fired off and running down through that third straight. He's going to keep it locked in. Everybody else going to shut her down and let him go. As they all come down the third straight, they're all riding smart. That's what it is. They're going to save up that energy coming out of that last turn. Nag 10 going to keep it on the lock right there. 55 is the moto. He'll head for home, skating it all the way back to the stripe. Sebesta, Summers, Davis, and McKay headed down the first straightaway. Got the lock on this one. Who's got big manuals going on out front? Got to be Mike McKay. McKay running the show as he drives this one in and out of that second turn. Wild Bill Sebesta picking it up on that 2 spot. And now that second turn, third straightaway. Davis and Summers working it out down the 3 straight, bringing it back home. Big Mikey McKay on the front line, though. He's got this one locked and loaded going down through that third straight. He'll bring it back around out of that last turn. 56 the moto. Keeping things going on. 66 and over cruisers all the way back through. The last straight going to be the 14 bike. McKay will get it done on that top spot. Back to the line out of Moto 56. 57's your moto. All right, local announcer. He's going to get in the game right now and get him going.
All right. What is up, Cap City? We got it going with the 5 and under nobbies right now. We got Cohen, K.O. Parsons, Ellis Clark, Torian, Big T, Perry, Rolo Guthrie, and McKenna Skittle Lucas. Coming around that third straight right now. Making their way through the rhythm right now, coming around the blind corner, as I like to call it, as they head into that last straight. We are taking 2 straight to the main event. Coming down the last straight right now, it's going to be Cohen picking up your first transfer. And the 109 of Torrin Perry. Y'all give it up for our 5 and under novice. Right now on the gate, we got the 7 novice taking 3 straight to a main event. We got Roro Morris, Adrian Rosas, Everready Siebold, Lucas, Gill, Peanut, Andrade, Holden Clark, and Case the Goose Karam. Gate slams down on the 7 novice. Looks like. Woo, from the outside line going all the way over. That's going to be Goose. Peanut slipping into the 2. Going into the first corner. Going down the second straight right now. That's going to be Goose holding down that 1. Peanut on your 2. Heading into that rhythm section. Who's got the rhythm to hold down the line? We are taking 3 straight to a main event today. As they head through that rhythm section, I see Goose, I see Peanut coming around that blind corner. Yeah, I was the one out there running next to the finish line and yelling at my daughter, "You better pedal!" Right now, coming back to the line, it's going to be Goose, Peanut, and Holden picking up your transfers out of Moto number 58. Next on the track, we got Moto 59, the 9 Navis. We got Colton Optimus Prime, William Gonzalez, Waylon Gaines, Liam McKay, Rowdy Robert Cabela, and Paisley Horner. Heading through that rhythm section right now, I see Roddy Robert on that 2, trying to make a pass to get into that 1 spot, taking 2 straight to a main event. Coming around that last corner, down that last dog leg straight away. Here we go. We see William Gonzalez picking up your first transfer. Rowdy Robert getting your 2 transfer. Heading down the 2 straightaway right now, Moto number 60, 11 Novice. We got Jacob Newman Jr., Abisai Rosas, Haley, the Hamburglar, and Cannon Gaines. We're taking 1 straight to a main event. As they head through the rhythm section into that last corner. See how it's going to go down. See who's got that final push. Coming back to the line now. That's going to be the 636 of Jacob Newman picking up your transfer. All right, here we go. 14 Novice taking 1 straight to a main. We got Novely, James, Serenity, and MJ. Oh, that's the local girl MJ out on that top spot. Taking 1 straight to the main event, heading into that second corner. Heading into that rhythm section now. MJ looking like she's going to try to hold it down. Cruising through that rhythm right now. It's all MJ out on that top spot. Coming around the blind corner. Bringing it back to the line. That's gonna be MJ. 26-35 Navis coming around that last corner. We got Kinsey, Horner, and Boydston. Total points racing action. That's gonna be Kinsey on your top spot. Horner picking up the 2. On the track right now, looks like we're missing 1, but we got the 4650 Navis. We got Moto 63. We got Matty Bishop, Chad Hammond, and Tom Jones. One of those guys is missing, and we will figure out who it is real quick. Total points action coming at you down the last straightaway. Ooh, coming down to the line, it's going to be the 6'5" of Chad and the 133 of Matty Bishop. Hey, where's the next? All right. On the track right now, we got the 5 and under intermediates, taking 3 straight to a main event. We got the Outlaw, we got Rhett the Jet, we got the Duke, we got Whitlock, we got Xavier Tejeda, Duke, Wildman, Lucas Justina, and Madman Jordan. Heading into that last corner right now. Coming down the last straightaway. That's going to be the Duke picking up the first, the 52 and the 114. Coming around the third straight right now, we got the 7 intermediates, taking 3 straight to a main event. We got Cyborg, Batman, we got Moon, we got Rip and Ryan, Nightmare, Talon Trent, and D-Money. Ooh. Coming out around that last straightaway right now, taking 3 straight to the main. It's going to be the 81, the 18, and the 10. On the track right now, a little pile up in that first corner. That's going to be your 8 intermediates. We got 3 straight to a main event. We got Hooper, Perel, Caballero, Alphas, Kendall, Mullet Menace, Poppy, and Colt, the Bolt. Coming down to the line right now, that's going to be the 994 bike. Martin, the 216, and the 201. We got the 9 intermediates on the track now, taking 1 straight to a main event. Someone go down on that roller on the first straight. But we got the Fletcher, John, Lincoln Shepherd, and XJ coming around that blind corner right now. We got the 740 picking up the transfer. Next up on the track, we got the 10 intermediates taking 2 straight to a main event. We got Shake and Bake for Teeny. We got the Diva Walk. We got Bryce Adams, Wilson Wallman, Isaiah Hot Wheels coming through that rhythm section right now. Coming around that last corner. Who's it going to be? Who's got the push to get down that last straight? Tazo taking the inside, taking 2. The 117 and the 66. Going to go straight to the main. Next up, 11 intermediates, moto number 69, taking 2 to a main event. We got Levi Matthew Bishop, Slingshot Martin, the Ace Herrera, Santiago Ibarra, Grant G-Force, and July, the Villain Langer. Coming down that last straight right now, everybody trying to get into that top spot, but it's going to go down with the 5-0 and the 5-5-0, picking up your transfers. Next up, moto number 70, 13 intermediate. We got total points action. We got Brantley, Metal Mullins, Tucker Lee, and Frida Ibarra. Coming down that last straight right now, that's going to be Frida on your top spot. Brantley on your 2. Tucker picking up your 3. $14 intermediates on the track right now. We're going to take 1 straight to a main event. We got Bryn Randolph, Jack Hemmelgarn, Logan Fly Guy, and John George coming down to the line. That's going to be the 97 picking up your transfer, John George. 16 intermediates on the track, moto number 72, taking 1 straight to a main event. We got G Money Farmer. We got Thor, Jolly, Ace Mullins, and Phoenix Pazak. As they coming around that blind corner right now, the 16 intermediates taken down. It's going to be the 92 of Aiden picking up your transfer. Right now, we got 41, 45 intermediates. 1 to a main event. We got Wade Martin, Conrad Hammond, Brandon BWAC, and the Moose Mead. Coming around that blind corner right now, who's got that last straight pull? Who's going to find the line? Woo, hang on to it, buddy. You were almost there. We got the 630 going straight to the main event. We got 4650 intermediate as moto number 74 taking one. We got the Missile, Polk, Pringle, my dude, Christopher Hansen, and David Boydston coming out around that last corner down that dog leg. Bringing it down, looks like it's going to be the 85 bike with the transfer. Polk. Next up, 5155 intermediate, Douglas BMX Burke, Pop Lormond, Patrick Edwards, Robbie Smith, and Mark Lee taking two straight to a main event. I know that's going to be my dude Mark out on the top spot, picking up that first transfer. Got room for one more. And that's going to be the 67 of John Lormond. Yeah.
You bet. Good stuff, Gabe. Local announcer here at Capital City, man. Give him a little love. Give him a little love. Jumping on there. Not too easy to jump in on the game like this. On the weekend, we come back down to welcome to the Girls Club as we come back home. Got this one locked up. A little sunshine. Novi bringing this one back to the line with the 36 bike. Luo coming back to the stripe. She'll pick it up on the 2. The Diva Lyle. She's coming out last turn, last straightaway. She's going to hang on for that 3 spot. Out of moto 76, 77's moto. Dempsey, Jones, Moore, Mo, Spears. Cranking it up in and out of that second turn. 3rd straightaway by a lap. Box, BMX coming down that 3 straight. Got Dempsey on the top spot out of Phoenix, Arizona, coming down the 3rd straightaway. Bad to the bone. Got to be Kenneth Jones on that 2 spot. Landstar Colors out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, down the 3rd straightaway. More Mo and Spears working it out. But it's all Dempsey on the top spot. Arizona girl bringing this one out of that last straightaway, coming around the dog leg, coming down to it. Bad to the bone. Going to go Kenneth Jones. Will pick it up on that 2. And she heads for home, back to the stripe. That's the way it goes out of 77. 78 your moto now. Evans, Johnson, Shepard, Franklin, Schroeder out of the second turn, down the 3rd straightaway. Rocket Ryland, Schroeder cranking it up on that top spot. Ride or die Evans, Johnson, Shepard, Franklin working it out with Schroeder. Schroeder on the front line, though, still got this one wrapped up. Franklin looking for that 2 spot. She heads for home out of the last turn. Coming around the bend as they come back down to it. Schroeder going to get this one locked in. Back to the stripe. Going to go the 11 bike of Franklin. Schroeder go 1-2 out of moto 78. More 7-year-old ladies on track as they head out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway, Napolitano, Wesley, Donnell, Orn. Orn coming down the 3rd straightaway. Black Widow Spider on the top spot. She's got this one going down that into the last turn, the last straight. She'll come around the bend and show us the plate one more time as she comes back through. Orn on the front line run. She'll come back to the stripe. She's way out front as she comes back through. Looking for that 2 spot. Bad Barbie, Factory Ripped, BMX. Looking for the 2, back to the stripe, and that's the way to go right there. Nag 6 and Nag 1, top spots out of moto 79. 80's your moto now. 8-year-old ladies headed down that second turn. 3rd straightaway, Edmonds, Dempsey, Gonzalez, Greer, Holiday, Leaper. Looks like Leaper trying to lead the charge out of that 3rd turn. 4th straightaway. Comes back around, Turbo on the top spot. Rhett's big sister picking it up on that 2 spot now. Gold Cup champion back in the line. Should go Edmonds. Leaper, top 2 out of moto 80. 81's your moto out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. Sean Carvajal's LDC running the show. Coming down the 3rd straightaway, Reyna, Noella, Shepard, Haas, Nelson, Lamelli, Salemi, and Ireland cranking things up. Anybody's game with these ladies. They all come out of that last straightaway, coming back through. Round the bend, we're going to go. Reyna on that top spot. Dynamite Daisy, Noella picks it up on the 2. Roo-roo! Ireland for the 3, back to the line. Out of moto 81, 82 Shimoto out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway, BMX Shark on top spot. Sharks are hard to catch in the open water out there. Vescuso, Fields, Farrell. Shotwell, Moralato coming down the 3rd straight, bringing them into that last turn. Hulk Prince or Princess Hulk. Vescuso runs the show down the last straightaway. She'll come back around the bend. Back to me with the Nag 14. The monster, Moralato, will pick up the 2 out of moto 82. 83 Shimoto out of the second turn, 3rd straight. Gannon, Wallace, Spano, Urena, Strain, the Rocket on the top spot. And Power Effect Speedcoat colors. Coming down that 3 straightaway, got to be Urena picking it up on the 2. Down the 3rd straight, they go into that last turn. 83 Samoto, 10-year-old ladies on track. More Girls Club coming our way. Around the bend, still strained on the front line. BioLab Box Colors back to the stripe. Chandler Local putting all her training sessions together. Urena on the 2, back to the line, out of Moto 83. 84 Zamoto, Burgess, Gomalicki, Alvarez, Novak, Vescuso, Nelson in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Scoops locking it down out front, way out front. She comes down that third straightaway. Got the 2 spot going on. BMX Shark picking it up on that one. Got to be too much. Alvarez out of the last straightaway, ramping up top 2. 84 Zamoto, 12-year-old ladies coming back home. Gomalicki, Alvarez, top spots as they come back to the stripe. Out of Moto 84. 85 Shimoto, Bauer, Lamelli, Cattell, McRae, Fessler down the 2 straight. Got to be Lamelli on the front line. Zoe Zodog in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Another Shark out in open water. Another hard one to catch. She heads for home. Down the third straightaway, 2 spot could be up for grabs. We'll see what's going on. Sparta Racing Colors, Chloe Cattell. She's going to try to crank this one up into that last turn around the bend. Let's see who comes up on the top 2 as they head for it. Back through last straightaway, still Dyson on that 2 spot. G-Bike, oh, there she goes. Cattell locks it in for the 2, back to the stripe. We'll go with Lamelli getting that top spot, back to the line. Out of Moto 85, 86 Moto down the third straightaway. Macias, Elin, Hansen, Wilson, Kovacs, Hale. Black Widow on the top spot. Kickstart. Elin running the show. She heads forward out of that last turn. Looking for a 2. Going to be Kovacs Flash. Albie Sinnett Box picking up the 2 spot. Back to the stripe. Out of Moto 86. 87 the Moto headed down through that third straightaway. Burring. Rodriguez. Caps. Poche looking for Gaylor coming out of that second turn. Third straightaway. Chase on the case on the top spot. Rift Tangent Factory Colors coming down that third straightaway. Montana, Arizona representing. She's got this one locked in and out of the last straightaway. Back to the line. It's all Chase on the case of the front line run. The boss Gaylor pick up the 2. We'll give Travis Burrian a little shout out this morning. I'm sure he's tuned in. Maybe he's at the shop. Maybe he's just kicking it at home. I don't know. 14-year-old ladies, Carrie, Ashley, Riley, Brown, Forsyth, Sarabia coming down that 3 straight. Got room for 2 moving on to that main event. 88 Zamoto, Diamond Lil. Going to be Ashley out front. Factory Hyper Colors. Out of Midlothian, Texas. She'll head for home down the last straightaway. Looking for a 2 spot. Biolab Box. Going to go the Missile Brown. Brown will pick it up on the 2 out of Moto 88. 89 Zamoto. Cheryl Jones, Shannon Boker, Caps. In and out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Got the pink jersey on today. Got to be Jones on that top spot. J&R Colors down the 3 straight. She's going to ramp this one up into that last turn. Looking for that 2 spot. Premier Colors. Kira Cheryl holding on for that 2, putting all that Kate's weight, straining together, back to the stripe. Jones, Cheryl, 1-2, back to the line, out of Moto 89. 90's your Moto. Hammond, Robinson, Cyrus, Braden, Nealon. Remix Ruby, cranking things up out of that second turn. Third straightaway, got the top spot locked in with this one. Going down that third straightaway, Factory Senate LSG, going to be Katie Cyrus. Cyrus running the show. Braden and Nealon working this one out. The machine turning the power up, full blast. Let's see what goes on out of that last turn. Now she slides in for that 2. Nealon coming back to the line. She'll pick it up for the 2 to the stripe with Cyrus on that top spot out of Moto 90, 91 Shimoto. Out of the second turn, third straightaway, 17-20. Ladies on track. Keely Shea running the top line. She'll come down that third straightaway. 316 Colors out of La Habra. Tyler Brown's crew. She'll wrap this one up all the way back around the last turn. Last straightaway looking for a 7. Little T-Bell. Dickey picks it up for the 2. On the out of Moto 91. 92's your Moto. Boasted, Reed, Fedewa, Elder in and out of the second turn. Third straightaway. These ladies always putting down a battle royale out on the course as they come back down that third straightaway. Fedewa looking for that top spot. Out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Bring this one back through down the 3 straight. In and out of the last turn. She'll come back around. Going to be Boasted for that 2 spot. Back to the line. Out of Moto 92, 93 Shimoto. Privet, Latimer, Harwick, 41 to 45, or 41 to 50 ladies. More Girls Club as they come back through that third straightaway, bring them into that last turn. Latimer coming down that 3 straightaway right now. Hang Time on the top spot. She's running the show. Got to be Harwick picking it up for the 2. Privet back on the 3, 41 to 50 ladies coming back home. Last turn action coming back around. Room for total points racing going on. Low Point going to win the main event. Hang Time, Latimer going to bring this one back through. Chaos Colors all the way back to the stripe. She'll get it wrapped up right there. Back to the line. We'll go Hartwick for your 2. Privet for your 3. Last of the Girls Club coming our way as they head down that 3 straightaway. Davis, Hutland, Blackbergs from Levan, but it's all Hyper getting Piper on the top spot. High Five, Jawbreaker, Chase BMX as she heads for home out of the last straightaway. Hyper Piper, you taking it upstairs early in the morning? She's all, nope. She's just shaking her head. She's like, don't even try it, man. Coming back to the stripe, we'll go Levan. We'll pick it up for the 2 out of Moto 94. 95 Shimoto. 500 experts. Oh, yeah, they made class again today as they head down that first straightaway. Hicks, Scheibel Kiswara in and out of the first hurt, second straightaway. Acme Colors out front. Rusty Bowl Local out of Ukiah coming down that 2 straight, 3 straightaway. He'll be heading for home. Hicks on the top spot. Wheelie Jace looking for a 2 spot. In and out of that second turn. The engine, Kiswara. BMX World Store in and out of that second turn, third straight. Who's got the horsepower to keep things charged up all the way around the course? Got the long 3 straightaway going into that third turn. The dog leg straight. Hicks moving backwards right now. Let's see if he can ramp it back up and see if he can get back into the game as he comes out of that last turn. 95 Shimoda on course. Coming to me now. Got the Gold Cup too. Wheelie J. Scheibel gets it done on the front line. Back to the stripe. We're going to go Hicks for the 2. Kiswara will roll in for the 3. Automoto 95, 96 Shimoda. Schrader, Garcia, Lopez, Shara, Guthrie, Fowler. LT Barron looking for a top spot again as he heads down the 3 straight into that last turn. See if he can keep it moving on. Looking for that little shark in open water. He's still running the show. Coming back at us. Going to ramp it up. Light speed. Going to go Garcia. Picks it up for the 2. Back to the line. Automoto 96, 97. Shimoda out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Money bags out front. Factory Redmond. Check it out. Adios amigos on the posse. Now the 3 straightaway. Perry, Oliver, Weaver, Wise the 4th, and Shepard coming back at us. It's all Fox on that top spot. As he runs the show coming out of that last turn, he'll crank it up one more time on the way down the line. Looking for that 2 spot. Could be up for grabs on the way through. Doing a little shopping. Back to the stripe. 23 bike going to hold on to that one. Hicks, Tanaka, Sebesta, Goodner, Baker, Baxter. Headed for home right now. See who ate their breakfast this morning. Coming back at me. Got it locked up. Got to be Goodner, man. You know he had the good carne asada this morning. Jacob back to the stripe. We're going to go in the next 7. Hicks will pick it up on the 2. Back through Moto 98. More or 7-year-old experts, 8-year-old experts now. Semi-main event for these guys today. 16 riders. Simon, Abruzzi, Salerno, Franklin, Avini, and Hicks. Working this one down through that third turn. Into that last straightaway. Who's coming around the corner right now on that top spot? Locking this one up. Going to be the 23 bike. Franklin Racing Colors with Sean Carvajal's LDC. Sly Mackay not getting coached today as he comes around the outside and get this one rolling on back to us out of 99. Sullivan, O'Hagan, Napolitano, Sikowski, and Wiggins. I got lucky. 100 Moto out of the last straightaway. Who's got the horsepower to get this one going back to me? Sullivan going to bring him back around. He'll get it done with the 34 bike. Napolitano will pick up your 2 out of Moto 100. 101 Moto out of the second turn. Third straightaway. Factory Send It. LSG. Got to be Ace the Bean. Novi coming down the 3 straightaway. Gold Coast Daylight coming back to us. Rick trying to crank it up. Rick trying to get things going on that 2 spot. He's got company coming, banging on the door. Larson trying to ramp it up back to the line. Rick going to hold on with Novi. Go 1-2 back at me out of Moto 101. 102's your Moto 9-year-old experts on track as they head out of that second turn, third straightaway. Richard, Lyle, Briggs, Vanderheiden, Allen, Johnson. Rolling on back through that last straightaway. Who's got the whole thing wrapped up right now, coming back to me, getting this one going on. 2 bike going to come back to the stripe. The Rooster, Richard, and the 9 bike, Allen. Wiley Coyote will come back home and get it done out of Moto 102. Moving on to a semi-main event. Lander, Cattell, Jarvis, Turner, Colwell, Schroeder, Reyes coming down the 3 straight. Who's got the horn? Who's got the horsepower out front out of this one, out of the last straightaway? Coming back to us. Look for a Gold Cup plate out front. Winky, Lander coming back to the line. The Kamikaze on the G-bike. Colwell will come back through, and he'll get it locked down right there at a Moto 103. Moving on to that semi-main event. 104 is the Moto. Rodriguez, Lau, Evans, Tremillo, and Baker in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. The Dominator, Tremillo, on the top spot out of Waco, Texas, coming down that 3 straightaway. He'll bring this one back through in and out of that last turn. Took the Sebesta Clinic the other day. He's all locked in. He knows how to get around this joint. Coming back down the last straightaway. Sean Carvajal's LDC. Rodriguez back to the line. Tremillo go 1-2. Out of Moto 104. 105 Shimoda. More 9-year-old experts. Last rack of these guys come back through to a semi-main event. 22 riders in the group. Shirley, Clan, and Schumann. Lafreniere coming back home with McConnell. Driving down the last straightaway. Who's coming up on the top spot as they come back through? Get this one rolling back down to me. Getting it wrapped up. Back to the line. Looking like the 68 and the Nag 1. How about Jaxie Boy in the Laser Show We'll go 1 and 2 as they head for home. Out of them, go 105, 102, or 106 is your moto. 10X. 2 riders going to a main event. Macias, Gallegos, Johnson, Eubanks, Pope, and Rodas. Out of the last turn, got the ramp up on Cruzy the Racer. Gallegos coming back to the line with the 2 bike. Johnson will come back to the stripe and get it going out of moto 106, 107. Salazar, Meyer, Linares, Kovacs, and Despopoulos coming down through that third straightaway. Showtime, the world champ, Full Tilt Factory. Oklahoma boy, he'll come back through that last turn, around the dog leg, all the way back down to it. Slips back to a 2 spot, got the 3 bike locked up out front. Salazar, Despopoulos, 1-2 back to me out of moto 107. Walker, Long, Christensen, Pamels, Menchaca, and Sneed down through the third straightaway, looking for Sneed. Sneed picking it up on that 2 spot, and the Snot rocking. Factory mom and dad these days, bringing it back around. Just moved out there to Oklahoma. Coming back down to it. Going to go King Kong Pamels. Pamels coming back to the line. McDonald, Georgia. Sandy Ridge local. He'll bring this one back through with Sneed. New Hardesty local. He'll come back to the line. He's getting his long game strong again. I'll tell you what, with Sneed. Meringue, Howell, Hester, Paxman, Rodriguez, and Novak. Who's got it locked in out of that last straightaway, coming back around the corner. Let's see who's going to bring this one back through. Jackson Howell, he's going to bring it back home. He'll get it done. He's like, I'm not going off course today, man. He'll come back with his teammate. The Pac-Man, Paxman, will come back for a 2 out of moto 109. 110 Shimoto out of the second turn, third straightaway. Caps, Young, Harwell, Warner, Noyle, and Angela coming down the 3 straightaway. The young gun, Cody Young, world champion on the top spot. He's got this one rolling on down through that 3 straight. Into turn number 3, around the dog leg, last straight on that 4th straight, back to the stripe. He'll come back through. Gnarly Charlie, going to go Noyola, picks it up for the 2 out of moto 110. 111's your moto, headed into turn number 2. Morris, Briley. Coming in out of the second turn, third straightaway, Tosher, Hoffman. Guyhan coming down that 3 straight, looking for a top spot. Still got Tosher, the Hazelnut. Wheeler Dealer Colors out of Mississippi. He'll bring her back around out of that dog leg turn, coming back through. Back to the stripe, looking for that 2 spot. Noisy boy, Hoffman, Tucson, back to the line. He'll get it done right there on the moto 111, 112. Jansen's, Hammond, Piper. Connor cranking this one up out of that second turn, third straightaway. Charging hard right now into turn number 3. Does he know the secret line around the course as he heads for home? One of the locals trying to get it done out of that third turn. Around the 4th straightaway, see if he can make a move back there. Coming back down to, we lost him. Oh, boy, coming back to the stripe. We're going to go with the 1 and the 5 bike. How about Jansen's? Piper going to get it 1-2. We lost Connor along the way. We'll get him checked out, make sure he's all right. And another one headed down that 3 straightaway. Black Widow on the top spot. Got to be Tyson, Lee, Eakins, Clark, and Loza. Look, he's getting back up over there. We can give him some love on the way back around. The OG Lone Wolf, Loza. Loza picks it up for the 2 with Tyson on the top spot. Back home out of moto 113. Connor, y'all good? He's all, yeah. What happened? You were trying to find the secret line? Got lost? He's all, man, that's it. It happens. It's all part of the game. Uh-oh. Broken bolts. All right, we need to hit the mechanic now. Terry Gonzalez, Carrasquero, Rue, and Wilson. Rolling down the line into that last turn, coming back around the outside. Got to be Speedy Gonzalez on the top spot. 09 colors back to the stripe. We're going to go Rue, Answer Factory. Pick it up for the 2. Moto 114. 115 Shimono now. 13-year-old semis going on. 115 Shimono. Nelson, Moore, Martinez, Fields, and Shotwell. Coming back through that last turn, BMX Shark on the top spot. The Waterboy Martinez back to the stripe. We're going to go with the Gold Cup champ. How about Landstar Moore picks it up for the 2. He's been stepping his game up lately. Let's see what happens at the end of the day today as they head for another one. Looking for more semis going on for the 13-year-old experts. Morris, Murphy, Cutler, Tyson, Anderson. Coming around the outside, last straightaway, Rock 1, Tyson on that top spot, back to the stripe with a spicy bean. Going to go Anderson. Bay Area Dynamics will come back through. Adamoto 116, 117. Here's your moto down through that third straightaway. Taylor, Stewart, Janzuski, Christian, Sanders running the top spot. The Sandman, the Alto Wrecking Crew coming back through. Last turn action, back to the line. Sanders will bring this one back home with Janzuski. Looking for it. There's the move right there. Found the open door. Super B Christian. Janzuski will get it done. Top spot. Sadamoto 117, 118 Shimoto. A couple guys fouled the plug out of that first turn. Second straightaway. Locke, Vescuso, Neubauer, Ireland, Steimel, Therian, Walker. Boomerang on front line run. He'll come down that third straightaway. Supercross BMX out of Henderson, Nevada. He'll keep things charged up right now on his way back through. Last turn action. Back to us. Looking for that 2 spot. Going to pick it up on the 6 bike. Leo back to the line with Ireland 1 and 2. Adamoto 118, 119. Shimoto, Nichols, Rivera, Hicks, Gonzenberg, Vicario, Coleman. In and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Got the lock on the top spot. Power Light, DFR, Colors coming down that third straightaway. Got to be the Alaskan pole. Rivera, Houston, Rockstar Energy Local. He'll bring this one out of the last straight, coming back through. He'll still get this one wrapped up out front. Coming back to the line, looking for Hicks. Hicks picking it up on the 2 spot on the way back to the line. Sneak attack trying to happen right there. Hicks will hold on to it. Back at us, Adamoto 119, 120 Shimoto. 15X looking for a semi-main event. Gunning, Prefontaine, Douglas, Deech, Retos, Ledesma. Got to be Dougie on the top spot. He's running down through that third straightaway. Escort Factory team keeping things moving into that last turn. He'll come back around. 120 Shimoto looking for a semi-main event. 22 riders in this group today as they head for home. Last straight, back to the line, looking for the 2. How about the 2 bike? Gassett Gunning. Gunning will pick it up for the 2. Back at me, Adamoto 120. 121 Shimoto. Perry, Akers, Ruiz, Waters, Bowler, and Jellison. Down the 3 straightaway. Waters on the top spot, running smooth right now for the Answer Factory colors. Coming down that 3 straight into that last turn. He'll come back around. Bowler looking for a 2. Ruiz, Akers, Perry, and Jellison. Ruiz going to pick it up for the 2. Back to the line. Full tilt factory colors. Back around with Waters on the top spot out of Moto 121. Second round will be coming up pretty quick. As they head down that 3 straightaway. Brown, Colley, Regal, Nelson, Charlton. Looks like Regal looking for a top spot out of that last turn. Got the pink bike out front running the show. Escort Factory colors. Down through that last straightaway. Ascended LSG picking it up on the 2. Nag 13. How about Colley? Colley pick up the 2. Back to the line. Adamoto 122, 123 Shimoto. Last rack 15X coming our way. Stafford, Mooney, Crawford, Myers, Perkins. Got to be Dr. J. Perkins. Perkins on that top spot and run down through that 3rd straightaway. Got to be Mooney. Mooney picking it up on that 2. Tell you what, you want a fast 15X kid, you might want to pick up Mooney, man, while he's a free agent right now as he's coming on back to the line. Get this one wrapped up. Dr. J on the top spot. Looking for Mooney. Mooney picking it up on the 2. Back at me, Adamoto 123. Dropped a few off downtown. Barone getting a little loose down there. He needs a tow truck to come get him. Alto Wrecking Crew. Barone's back up. We'll give him some love right there. Torres, Reeder, Klingelhofer, Stewart, Beebe, even knocked down the last straightaway. Factory, Redmond on the top spot. Reeder back to the line with the 21 bike. Even will pick up the 2. Barone, y'all good? So, yeah, I'm all good, man. They'll tow me back in. Alto Wrecking Crew. We'll give the rest of the Barone crew a little shout-out back home. I know they're all tuned in on a Saturday morning. What's going on, guys? Westerman, Esposito, Gomalicki, Hill, Hoyam, Paddle. Out of the first turn, down the 2nd straightaway. Gomalicki getting a little jammed up in traffic right now as they head out of that 2nd turn, 3rd straightaway. Got to be Hill on the top spot. Checking out on this one, coming down that 3rd straightaway. Gomalicki doing a little shopping early on a Saturday morning. Let's see what he's got for him out of that last turn, last straightaway. Coming around the bend. Let's see who's going to lock it in. Coming back through. Going to be a 1 bike on the top spot. Hill and the K bike, a Westerman, picking up top 2 out of Moto 125. 126 Shimoto. 2 1/4 main event. 26 riders in the group. Big stack, big score for these guys. So they're hitting those last few nationals going on before we get to the grands, looking for those points. Brewer, Funk, Hobson, Brown, Serini, Harwick coming down through that 3rd straightaway. Into the last turn. Who's got the top spot locked up? Coming back through. Looking for this one. Back to the line. 15. In the NAC 13, how about Serini and downtown Deegan Brown, a couple of NorCal boys, a couple of good buddies getting it done 1-2 right there as they come back through Moto 126, 127 Shimoto. Out of the second turn, third straightaway. True Dat, Bailey, Maben, Crane, McHenry, St. Romain. Birdman trying to crank up the power a little bit. Let's see what he's got going into that last turn, last straightaway. Back to it still. Whoa, getting a little loose on the 41. St. Romain trying to hang, and he hangs on to that one as he comes back around. Woohoo! Nice moving right there. Bailey, St. Romain go 1-2 out of Moto 127. Owen, Santos, Duran, Adams, Popovich. Down the 3 straight into that last turn. Looks like Santos trying to get up on that 2 spot as they come back around. Pop on the top spot, back to the line. Popovich, Santos, 1-2 as they come back through. Give a little shout out to the Popovich clan out there and the Santos clan. I know they're tuned in on a Saturday morning. Good morning, guys. Harwick, Duran, Knobs, Carter, Davis down through that 3rd straightaway. Looking for a top spot. Let's see who's got this one locked and loaded going in and out of that last turn. Not so little. Ricky Carter back to the line. He'll get this one wrapped up. Back to the stripe. We're going to go with Duran. Duran will pick it up on the 2 as they come back home. Michelle Carter, we'll give her a shout out. Her and the girls back home. Hagen, Lloyd, Wendell, Marchena, Trujillo. Working the top spot. Factory Senate LSG down through that 3rd straightaway. The Terminator, Lloyd. Lloyd runs the show as he comes back through. Second round coming up quick. Second round will be coming up real quick. Don't be late. Back down the last straightaway. 4:59 by Marchena. And Lloyd getting it done. Top spots out of Moto 130. 131 Shimono now. Strecker, Marchena, Freewall, Alan Sonor, and Folkrod in and out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. Got to be Freewall on the top spot. Running the show down that 3rd straight. How about Strecker? Strecker looking for the 2. Strecker not looking for quarters on the track as he comes on back around. Oh, that's Marchena. Picks it up on the 2 as he comes back home. That's the way it's going to go right there. Back to the stripe. We'll get it going on. Carbona, Inglis, Sanchez, Herdlicka, and Salisbury in and out of that second turn, 3rd straightaway. Checking out on those top spots. Got to be Salisbury picking it up on that 2 as he come down the 3rd straightaway. Dirt Hawk getting things going on for Lindsey Wilson College as he heads for home out of the last turn. Still got the top spot locked in with the NAG 11. Sanchez back to the stripe with the 51 bike. Salisbury will pick up your 2. Coming back to the line, Sanchez will get it done out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Wild Chili local. He'll bring it back to the line out of Moto 132, 133 Shimoto. 26:35. Experts looking for a pair. Oh, somebody taking the high road right there. Nicky Dawson. Did it pay off for him going into that last turn? Let's see if it worked out as they come back through. Looking for a front line run. Back to me and getting it done. Stretch. The jerk coming back to the stripe. We're going to go with the NAG 5. Dawson will pick up the 2. Out of Moto 133. 134 Shimoto. Hurst, Bennett, Johnson, Knapp, Wilford, and Hunter in and out of the second turn, 3rd straightaway. Hojo Johnson, the Alto Wrecking Crew, getting it done on the top spot. Made the T-shirt this weekend. Said it took him 30 years, but it's only because he's got kids as he's on the T-shirt. His kids made the shirt. They just added you in, Hojo. Coming back down the last straightaway. Get his autograph anyways. Timmy Knapp looking for the 2. Back to the line. He'll get it done. Johnson, Knapp, 1-2. Back at us out of Moto 134. 135 Shimoto on course. Dubois, Taylor, Jackson, Bunker, St. Romain. Down the 3rd straightaway. Got to be our Bunk on the top spot. Escort Factory Colors picking this one up. Dwayne Taylor, Rad Bikes coming out of Bozeman, Montana. Keeping it on lock. Coming back down to it. Got the full custom plate going on, Taylor. Back to the line. He'll get it done out of Moto 135. 136 Shimoto. Oliver, Harwell, Blee, Pruitt, Diaz in and out of the second turn, 3rd straight. Pruitt feeling a little bit on that rack down. Coming back down that 3rd straight. Bring this one back through. Back to the stripe we go. Diaz on the top spot with the NAG 18. Oliver will pick up the 2. Out of Moto 136. Second round coming up quick. Second round will be coming up quick. Felt on the gas, making it happen. Oh, nice move in and out of the first turn. Down the second straightaway. Bauer putting it together, but Pee Wee Lee knows how to get through a corner coming in and out of that second turn. 3rd straight. Everybody's shopping right now. Coming down that 3 straightaway. Felt's got full command of this one going down the 3rd straightaway. Randolph Landine, he's sitting it out. He's going for that second rounder. Lean, mean Landine sleeping it in. Coming back through, getting it done on that top spot. Got this one wrapped up with Felt. Felt will come back around. He'll get it done with Pee Wee Lee on the 2. Back to the line. Out of Moto 137. 138 Shimoto, Macaulay, Prince, Franco, Scott, Cutler. Second round. Don't miss out. And now that second turn, third straightaway, got a little bit of pull right there. Mr. Dibbs, Prince coming up on the top spot, down through that third straight. McCauley, Franco, Scott, and Cutler working this one out into that last straightaway, coming back through. Prince on the front line run, coming back around the outside, 24 by Doc Franco. Back to the stripe, he'll get the 2 with Prince. 1-2 out of moto 138. 139 is moto McIntyre, Miller, Wallace, Norton, Kennedy in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Miller time getting it done out front. He's running the show. Where you at, Capital City? Miller out there running the show. He's bringing this one back through down that third straight. In and out last turn. He's got company coming with Kennedy. Kennedy knocking on the door on the way back around, but it's all Miller out front. Back to the stripe. He's going to go to the line with Kennedy on the 2. Second round coming up quick. Jimmy V, Bega, Sneed, Smart. Rolling down that 2 straightaway. Jimmy V's got it. Oh, Commander Cody shows him a wheel. Can't quite seal the deal. Little tire buzz right there. Jimmy V still got command of this one down that third straightaway. The Commander trying to get in the game as he come down that third straight. And let's see what goes on in that last turn. Taking one of these guys moving on to a main event. 56 and over experts. The end of the first round as they come back through and get it done right there back to the line with the 49 bike. Jimmy V back to the stripe. He'll take the transfer out of Moto 140. Second round coming up.
'83 of Trujillo. Justina doing it out of Miami, Florida. Kingman, Arizona, the home of Trujillo, laying out of turn number 2 down the big back straightaway. They roll 2, moving on to a main event here at the Texas Nationals. Moto number 11 on track right now, heading for turn number 3. Going to ride the wave down through our big dog leg, bring it on back in our direction. Here we come, down through the dog leg, bringing on back home. Battle's going to go for that 2 spot. 83 going to take that first one. And the 239, that's Trujillo and Justina both moving on out of Moto 11. 12 is Yamamoto on the back stretch. Vescuso, Trent, and Napolitano. 2 more riders moving on to a main event. Moto number 12, 7-8 mixed open. In and out of turn number 3, going to hit the dog leg, bring it on back home.
18 is your top spot. That's Vespucio out of New Mexico. It's going to go Vespucio and the 69 of Napolito out of Vegas, both moving on out of Moto 12. 13 is the Moto on track. 9-10 mixed open, 3 to a main event. Spano, Gannon, Moreletto, Halls. E-bike out on point. That's going to be Gannon. Gannon moving on. The 7 bike of Spano and the Nag 10 of Emma Halls, all moving on out of Moto 13. 14 is your Moto rolling down the back stretch. 11-12 mixed open, looking for Martin, Novak, and Longer. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event as they come off of turn number 3. Heading back in my direction, looking for a top spot right now. Looks like the 16, Novak out on point, down to the stripe. It's going to go Novak into 550 of Martin, both moving on out of Moto 14. 15 is your Moto down the back stretch. They roll. 13, 14 mixed open. Hart, Macias, Carey, and Randolph. 3 more spots up for grabs in a main event. They come back in my direction. 38 out on point with the 8. That's going to be Hart and Carey. And the 11 bike of Macias, all moving on out of Moto 15. Moto 16 on the back straightaway as they roll. 15, 16 mixed open. Smith, Hammond, Martin, two more spots up for grabs in a main event. Off of turn 3, coming back in my direction, looking to transfer 2, looking for a top spot right now. It's the R bike of Hammond. It's going to go Hammond and the 551 of Martin, both moving on. Moto 17 on the backstretch, 6 and under, open, total points action. Lopez, Schrader, Garcia. Regulator colors sitting out there looking for a top spot as they come down through the dog leg. 6 and under, open, total points action. Moto number 17 coming back in our direction. Looks like the 2-bike, 25 bike out on point. That's Garcia. It's going to go Garcia and the Nag 11 of Schrader. In Moto 17, 18 is your Moto on track battle going for that top spot. 7-8 open. Wiggins, Kinsler, Napolito, and Salerno. 3 spots up for grabs in a main event. Battle's going down for that top spot as they come off of turn 3. Down through the dog leg, coming back in our direction, looking for 3 to transfer to a main event. I got the 157 and the 34. It'll go 157, 34, and the 13. That's Wiggins, Napolino, and Kinsler all moving on out of Moto 18. 19 is Moto on track. 9-10 open, 3 more to a main event. Lau, Tremillo, Lander, and Schrader. Nag 7 on point is going to go Lau with the first transfer. The 11, Tremillo with the second. And I believe that was Lander on the 3. Moto 20 on track now down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 11-12 open, looking for 2 more to a main event. Hammond, Casacaro, and Novak. Albie's colors out on point. Got to be Novak down to the stripe. It's going to go Grayson Novak and the 928 of Jadel Casacaro out of Aruba. 21 is your Moto on track, a little older, a little faster. 13-14 opens. Cutler, Vespucio, and Morris. 2 more spots up for grabs in a main event. Off of turn 3, down through dog leg. Here they go, 3 bike. It's going to go Vespucio and the 27 of Morris, both moving on out of Moto 21. 22 is your Moto on track. 15-16 open. 2 more spots up for grabs. BB, Mooney, and Deitch. Pair of Alabama riders and a Okie out here. Here we go down the stripe. It's going to go Mooney on the 2 and the 1 bike of BB, both moving on out of Moto 22. 23 is your Moto on track. 17 to 20-year-old open. Wendell, Harwick, and Owen. T-Rex out on point. S-Squared Texas chapter showing the way. Trevor, T-Rex, Owen out of San Antonio. Lone Star BMX local. Looks like Harwick sitting on that 2 spot for the Landstar crew. Wendell on the 3. Here we go down the stripe. It's going to go Owen on the 1. Harwick with the 2. And Wendell on the 3. 24 is your Moto rolling down the back straightaway. 21, 25-year-old open. Williford, Inglis, and Franco. Looking for 3. I got 2. Looks like it's going to be a boat ride on this one. Looks like Inglis and Williford made the bail on this one. It is the 12 bike. Darian Inglis, and the 54 of Crank and Chris Williford. Moving on out of Moto 25, 24, 25 is the Moto 1 track. 8 and under girls cruiser, Greer, Edmonds, Wesley looking for 2 to a main event. Looks like Edmonds out on point as they hit the final turn. Greer on the 2 spot, Wesley on the 3, trying to find a way in. Heartbreak round action coming at you down to the stripe. It's going to go the 1 bike of Reagan Edmonds and the K of the Boo, the Bees, Hensley Greer. Moving on out of Moto 25. 26 is the Moto 1 track now. 9-10-year-old girls cruiser, Vescuso, Shepard, and Wallace. Vescuso out on point, showing the way down the 2 straight, in and out of turn number 2. Hitting the big back straightaway here at Capital City. BMX picking up that little headwind. Battle's going to go for that 2 spot. Wallace and Shepard battling for it right now as they head for that final turn. Moto 26 coming back in my direction. 9-10 girls cruiser down to the stripe. It's going to go the 3 and the 1. That's Vescuso. Hmm. 27 coming back to the stripe. 11-12 girls cruisers going to be the 9 bike and the Gold Cup 3. That is Hale and Hansen both moving on. Moto 29 on track now, coming at you. 15-16 girls cruiser, total points action. Braden, Cheryl, and Wright. Here we go down the stripe. 1 bike Wright. Excuse me. Braden. Sorry. .30 is your Moto on track. 17-20-year-old ladies cruiser, Micho, Dickey, and Meyer down to the stripe. 94 on point. It's going to go Dickey with the 1. The R bike of Meyer on the 2, and Micho goes on the 3 spot. 31 is your Moto on track now. 36-40-year-old women's cruisers, Rofi, Gaylor, and Harwick. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event as they come back in my direction down through the dog leg. Looking for a top spot. It's got to be Gaylor out on point. Or no, that's Rofi. It'll go Rofi and Gaylor both moving on out of Moto 31. 32 is your Moto on track coming out of turn number 2. 46, 50-year-old ladies cruiser, Shirley, Fields, and Hunt. Shirley running on that 3 spot. Looks like Fields and Hunt battling for those top 2 spots. 2 transfers up for grabs. 46, 50-year-old ladies cruiser off of 3 coming back in my direction. It's the 4 bike, Katie Fields out on point from Torrance, California. It'll go Fields and your Gold Cup 1 of Heather Hunt, both moving on out of the Moto 32. 33 is your Moto on track now. 51, 55 ladies cruisers, Hotop, Black, and Piper. Piper leading the way down into turn number 3. Hotop sitting on that 2 spot. Suzanne Black on the 3. Total points action for the ladies as they come back in my direction. It's going to go Piper with the 1, Hotop on the 2, and Black on the 3. 34 is your Moto on track. 56 and over ladies cruisers. Last of the girls cruiser, Lobler, Baker, and Bergstrom. Looks like Baker and Lobler battling it out for those top 2 spots. Bergstrom running on that 3 spot, trying to find a way in as they head for the final turn. Moto number 34, 56 and over ladies cruisers coming back in my direction, looking for a top spot down through the dog leg. Oh, they're battling almost side by side. It's the 9 bike out on point. It's going to go Lobler and the National 54, Janet Baker, both moving on out of Moto 34. 35, 7 and under cruisers, Shepard, Baxter, Perry, Adams. 3 more spots up for grabs in a main event as they drop in and out of big turn number 1. Looks like the 55 of Perry out on point. Microscopic numbers, hard for the old man to tell as they roll down the back straightaway. Top 3 riders trying to get gone on this one. Battle going to go for that 2 spot as they drop into that final turn. Pick up a top spot momentarily as they come back in my direction. Moto number 35, 7 and under cruisers coming down through the dog leg back in my direction, looking for a top spot right now. It'll go the 4, the 55, and the 186. That's Shepard, Baxter, and Perry all moving on out of Moto 35. 36 is your moto on track now. 8-year-old cruisers looking for Kinsler, O'Hagan, Mann, Sikowski, and Napolito down to the stripe. Got the 9 bike. It'll be the 9, the 39. And the 10 all moving on out of Moto 36. 37 is your moto on track now. 9-year-old cruisers, first rack of them. Johnson, Vanderheyden, Kudel, and Turner, 2 spots up for grabs in a main event down the stripe. It'll go the 2 bike, Vanderheyden, and the 7 of Kudel, both moving on out of Moto 37. 38 is your moto on track now. More 9-year-old cruisers looking for Reyes, Richard, Baker, and Lyle. 2 more spots up for grabs in a main event as they come back in our direction. Nag 8 out on Nag 6. It is battle for the 2 spot. Nag 6 and the 2. That's Reyes and Richard both moving on out of Moto 38. 39 is your moto on track now down the back straightaway. 10-year-old cruisers. Macias, Eubanks, and Rodas. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Out of turn number 3, coming back in my direction. One bike out on point is going to be Eubanks and the National 69 of Macias, both moving on out of Moto 40. More to 39. 40 is your moto on track now. 11-year-old cruisers. Bishop, Long, Hester, Walker, Warner. 4 spots up for grabs in a main event as they come back in our direction. Looking for a top spot right now. They roll down through the dog leg. 7 bike out on point. Ashton Hester. Hester's showing the way. It's going to go 7, the Gold Cup 1, the 1, and the 8. All moving on out of Moto 40. 41 is your moto on track. First rack, 12-year-old cruisers. Gonzalez, Clark, Thomas, and Eakins. Coming back in my direction. Looks like it is the C bike and the 4. That's going to go Gonzalez and Clark, both moving on out of Moto 41. 42 is your moto on track right now. George, Lee, and Terry, 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Terry running on the 2 spot. Looks like Lee out on point. George running on the 3 spot, trying to find a way in. Heartbreak round action coming at you out of the final turn, back down through the dog leg. It is the 478. Brian Lee and Michael Terry both moving on out of Moto 42. 43 is your moto on track. 13-year-old cruisers coming at you. Taylor, Stewart, and Anderson. Two more spots up for grabs in a main event. Moto number 43, 13-year-old cruisers. I got the 1 bike of Anderson. It'll be Anderson and the 8 of Stewart, both moving on out of Moto 43. A little older, a little faster, 14-year-old cruisers coming at you. Walker, Neubauer, and Stiebel. Looks like Neubauer showing the way out on point. As they dropped into turn number 3, Neubauer back that 2 spot. It'll go the 346 and the Nag 9. That's Walker and Neubauer both moving on out of Moto 44. 45 is your moto on track now. 15-year-old cruisers looking for Florida main event. Perry, Ledesma, Stafford, Akers, and Veretos. Coming back in my direction, I got the 9. It'll be the 9 bike, the 13, the Gold Cup 2, and the 4. Gold Cup 2 of Ledesma, your final transfer there. 46 on track now, 16-year-old cruiser, total points action. Coons, Klinghoffer, and Stewart. It'll go the 25 and the 1. That's Stewart with the 1, Klingenhofer with the 2, and Coons on the 3. 47 is your moto on track now. As boys laying down a hot lap in that final turn, looking for Jackson McCauley, Mabon, and Davis. Here we go, the rig out on point, Ian Davis. It'll go the 10, the 3, and the 7. That's Davis, Mabon, and Jackson all moving on out of moto number 47. 48 is your moto on track. 31, 35-year-old cruisers coming at you. Looking for Allen, Lucas, and Schutz in and out of that final turn down through the dog leg. Allen out on point. Schutz trying to find a way around. Going to be a drag race for it. Looks like Schutz and Allen moving on out of moto number 48. 49 is your moto on track. Dropping into that final turn. More total points action. 36 40-year-old cruisers looking for Hunter, Hurst, and Knapp. In and out of the final turn, coming back in my direction. 4 bike out on point. Knapp, it's going to go Knapp with the 168 of Hunter on the 2, and Hurst on the 3. Moto 50 coming at you down the 2 straight. 41, 45-year-old cruisers, 2 to a main event. Dubois, Brown, and Gaines. Dubois, Esquire, Texas rider out on point. Battle's going to go for that 2 spot. He's showing him the wheel. Can't quite seal the deal yet as they drop into turn number 3. Let's see how this one shakes out as they come back in my direction. Dubois trying to put the top spot on lockdown as they come back this way. It'll go Dubois and the 544 Gaines, both moving on out of moto number 50. 51 is your moto on track. 46 50-year-old cruisers looking for Oliver, Lee, Prewitt, Bauer, and Felt. Oh, looks like somebody did make the bell on this one. Looking for 4, 5, and I got 4 out there. 4 to a main event. Boat Ride Central. It's going to go the 603 of Felt, the Gold Cup 1 of Oliver, Jim Bauer on the 16, and Mr. Brent Pee Wee Lee. All moving on out of Moto 51, 52 on the backstretch, 51, 55-year-old cruisers, Vergara, Jones, and McIntyre, 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Vergara showing the way right now. McIntyre on the 2 spot down the stripe. It's going to go Vergara, McIntyre, both moving on. Oh, that was a combined moto. Who got the 4th? 781 Jones and the 497 of Lomeli. Pardon me, didn't realize that was a combined moto. 54 is your next moto on track. 56 60-year-old cruisers. Mavrez, Bega, and Sneed. Old Tykes on the big wheels. Going to come off turn number 1. Looks like Bega showing the way right now. Sneed sitting on that 2 spot. Oh, dropped one off in turn number 2. We're going to get him checked out right now. But down the back stretch, looks like it's going to be Bega and Sneed with your transfers out of moto number 54. Downriders back up there, show him some love over there, Capital City. Not how he wanted his weekend to end, all the way from Gretna. Mike Mattis, excuse me if I butchered your name there, Mike. Mike's going to ride this one out. One more time, Capital City. Make some noise for him. Show him some love. 55, getting locked and loaded up on deck. 61, 65-year-old cruisers. Dave Vontasmar, Scott Angus, and Big Al Freeman. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Gate slam down, here we go. 3 wide, we're going to drag race it downtown on a Saturday afternoon at Capital City BMX. Albee Color is going to take it to the top spot right now. Freeman's going to drop into that 2 spot. Angus showing the way right now. Albee's Colors, Esquire Texas Colors. Big Al Freeman running on the 2 spot. Vontasmar on the 3 spot. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. They roll down the back straightaway. Angus and Freeman trying to put these on lockdown. Looks like Vontasmar is going to shut it down for the day. Down to the stripe, it's going to go Angus and Freeman moving on out of Moto 55. 56 on track now. 66 and over cruisers. Last of the big wheels. Bill Sebesta, Don Summers, Alvin Davis. Oh, Wild Bill Sebesta out on point. Factory answer rider. Got a hip pocket full of Alvin Davis. Don Summers sitting on that 3 spot for the Texas Regulators crew. They come off the final turn. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Davis going to take that top spot over down through the dog leg, but back to the stripe. It'll be Davis and Sebesta both moving on out of Moto 56. 57 Moto on tracks 5 and under novice, 2 to a main event. Clark, Guthrie, and Lucas. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event coming out of turn number 2. Pick up a top spot here momentarily as they come back around this way. Microscopic numbers, too bad for the old man over here. Want to welcome everybody once again out to the Texas Nationals here at Capital City BMX. Big shout out to the crew here at Capital City, getting the facility all dialed in. Here we go, 5 and under novice, 2 to a main event, looking for a top spot. It looks like the 314 of Rollo Guthrie out on point. It's going to go Rollo and the 16 bike of Ellis Clark, both moving on out of Moto 57. 58 is your Moto on track now, 7-year-old novice coming at you. You go the 631, the 166, and the 653 of Siebold, all moving on out of 58. 59 is your Moto on track now, 9-year-old novice Weeks, Gonzalez, Gaines, McKay, Cabela, and Horner. I think we had some transfers. My sheet didn't get marked. 539 of Gaines. It'll be the 86 bike of Weeks. And one more, the 207 of McKay, all moving on out of Moto 59. 60 is your Moto on track now, 11-year-old novice. 2 more spots up for grabs in a main event. Rosas, Yang, and Gaines. They roll down the back straightaway. Rosas out on point. Capital City local showing the way. Round 2 action. Moto number 60, 11-year-old novice. Here we go down the line. Rosas out on point. It'll be the 85 of Rosas and the 78 of Yang out of Owasso, Oklahoma on the 2 spot. 61 is Moto on track now, rolling down the back straightaway. 14-year-old novice. Oh, I know Vaughn's out there looking for 2 to a main event. They come back in my direction. We'll pick up a top spot momentarily. $85 out on point. That's going to be Moody. Drag race for that 2 spot. Here we go. Oh, 625. Vaughn. Springer getting a little loose there. Vaughn stretched it out with the transfer out of Moto 62. 63 is your Moto on track now. 26, 35-year-old novice down the stripe. Kinsey out on point. It's going to go Kinsey with the 1. Oh, Horner. Showing you how not to do it across the finish line, but he got the job done. Horner on the 2, and Boyston is going to bring it home on the 3 spot. 63 is your Moto on track now. A little older, a little sketchier. 46, 50-year-old novice, Bishop, Hammond, and Jones. They roll down the back straightaway. Looking for a top spot as they come back in my direction down through the dog leg. Total points action for your 46, 50-year-olds. Got 65 out on point. That's Chad Hammond. It's going to go Hammond with the 1 and the 133 of Bishop on the 2. 63. 64 is your Moto on track. Welcome to the intermediate group, 5 and under intermediates. Looking for Trujillo, Edmonds, Tejeda, Justina, and Jordan. 4 spots up for grabs in a main event. They roll down the back straightaway already, in and out of the final turn. Looking for a top spot as they come back in our direction here at the stripe. Battle going to be for that top spot as they come back down through it. It's going to go the 83, the 239, 789, and the 351. All moving on out of Moto number 64. 65 is your Moto on track. 7-year-old intermediates, 3 to a main event. Looking for Skaborski, Frattini, Lucas, and Trent. Fratini is not racing, I am being told. So that's going to move Skaborski, Lucas, and Trent all onto the main event in a boat ride out of moto number 65. 66 locked, loaded up on deck, 8-year-old intermediates. Hooper, Alphys, Brown, Moyeda, and Stovall. Old school, getting them straightened out up there. Seven-year-old intermediates, that was the 32, the 330, and 94, all moving on out of moto 65. 66 on deck, 8-year-old intermediates, John Hooper, Xander Alphys, Connor Brown, Amari Moyeda, and Colt Stovall. Four more spots up for grabs in the main event. Gate slams down, back to racing action. Here we go. ASN colors with a pop coming from the inside. That's got to be Alphys. Here, Capital City BMX local. It is Alphys. Alphys going to lead us in and out of turn number 1, looking for a 2 spot. Looks like John Hooper sitting on the 2 spot. 4 spots up for grabs. 8-year-old intermediates. Oh, boy's going to try and lay down a hot lap off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. But it's Alphys out on point, trying to put this one on lockdown. Battle's going to be brewing for that bubble spot, that final one. Here we go. Pulling up on it. We'll pick up plates momentarily as they come back around. Battle's going to be for that final transfer. Alphys trying to put this one on lockdown early. Still showing the way through the dog leg. It'll go Alphys. The 164 of Hooper. 89 and the 586. That's Moyeda and Brown with your final transfer out of moto 66. 67 coming out of turn number 3. 9-year-old intermediates, Fletcher, Schneckschnader, and Shepard, 2 to the main event. Looking for a top spot as they come down through the section. Looks like the 46 out on point. Shepard, it'll go Shepard, and the 54 of Fletcher, both moving on out of moto 67. 68 is your moto on track now. 10-year-old intermediates, Walkie, Adams, and Vanadorn, I'll get it. 10-year-old intermediate, 2 spots up for grabs in the main event. 79 on point, Bryce Adams. It's going to go Adams with your first transfer, and the 21 of Vanadorn. Both moving on out of moto 68. 69 is your moto on track, dropping in the final turn 3 to a main event. Bishop, Ibarra, Boyer, and Longer. Rolling down through the dog leg, coming back in my direction, looking for a top spot right now. Leader out on point is going to be the 14, a Longer. It'll go Longer, the 33, and the 40. That's Ibarra and Bishop, all moving on out of moto 69. 70 is your moto on track now. 13-year-old intermediates, total points action. Mullins, Lee, and Ibarra. In and out of that final turn, coming down through the dog leg. 6 bike out on point, Ibarra. It's going to go Ibarra on the 1. Tucker Lee hanging on that 2 spot and looking for Brantley Mullins. Here comes Brantley. Looks like he blew a pedal back there or something. Back underway. Going to ride it on out. Mullins with the 3. 71 is your moto on track now. Rolling down the back straightaway. 14-year-old intermediates. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Randolph, Himmelgarn, and Hart. Looking for a leader as they come down through the dog legs. 38 out on point. That's Hart. It looks like it's going to be Hart and the 61 of Himmelgarn, both moving on out of moto 71. 72 is your moto coming out of turn number 2. 16-year-old intermediates, Farmer, Mullins, Pezak. Southside ATX colors out on point. Got to be Phoenix, Pezak. S-squared colors on the 2 spot. Parker, Mullins, Farmer sitting on that 3 spot, trying to find a way in. Heartbreak round coming at you down to the stripe. It's going to go Pezak with the 1. Mullins on the 2. They'll be both moving on out of moto 72. 73 is your moto on track now. 41, 45-year-old intermediates, Martin, Hammond, Mead, looking for 2 spots in a main event. Looking for a top spot right now as they roll back in my direction. Pro line colors got to be Hammond. It's going to go Hammond and Mead, both moving on out of Moto 73. 74 is your Moto on track now, a little more older, a little sketchier, 46, 50-year-old intermediates, Pringle, Hanson, Boydston, 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Jason Pringle, Texas regulator colors out of Leander, Texas, showing the way. They come back in my direction, looking to transfer 2 to a main event. It's Pringle out on point. It'll go Pringle and the 2-4 of David Boydston out of Wichita, Kansas. Moto 75 on track, 51, 55-year-old intermediates, looking for Burke, Edwards, and Smith. S-Squared Texas colors out on point. Got to be Big Doug Burke. Burke showing the way out of Fort Worth, Texas, Cowtown BMX local. Looking to transfer 2 of the older guys to the main event. They roll back in my direction. It's still Burke out on point. And the 64 of Smith, both moving on out of Moto 75. Moto 76, like Eric says, welcome to the Girls Club. 5 and under expert girls coming at you. Novi, Lyle, Luo. All right, here we go. 5 and under expert girls coming back in my direction. Looking for Novi right now. Send it colors out on point. Here we go. It is Novi. Novi on the 1 right now. We come down to the stripe. It'll go the 11 bike and Novi with the 1, the 36, Luo on the 2, and Lyle on the 3. 77 is the next group of young ladies coming at you. 6-year-old expert girls, Moore, Moe, and Spears. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event as they hit that final turn coming back in my direction. Looking for a top spot right now as they roll through the dog leg. 6-year-old expert girls, Moto number 77. Second round action coming at you down to the stripe. It's the 43 of Spears out on point. It'll go Spears in the 91 of Mo, both moving on out of Moto 77. 78 is the Moto on track, 7 expert girls. Combined Moto, Evans, Johnson, Shepard, Napolito, and Wesley, 4 spots up for grabs in a main event. They come back in my direction. Looks like it's going to go the Nag 4, the 66, the 69, and the 39 of Wesley grabbing that final transfer, moving on out of Moto 78, 79 combined. Moto 80 on track, 8-year-old expert ladies coming at you. Dempsey, Gonzalez, Greer, Holiday, 3 spots up for grabs in a main event. Back in my direction, it looks like it's going to go the 6, the Rock 1, and the World 4 of Greer. That's Gonzalez, Greer, Holiday, all moving on out of Moto 81. 81 is your Moto on track. 9 expert girls coming back in my direction. 4 to a main event. It's going to go the 3 bike, the Nag 12, the 8, and the Nag 10. All moving on out of Moto 81. 82 is your Moto now. 10-year-old expert ladies on track now. Fields, Farrell, and Shotwell looking for 2 spots to a main event. Moto 82 first rack 10-year-old expert girls coming at you. It's the 4 bike of Fields. It's going to go Fields and the D bike of Farrell, both moving on out of Moto 82. 83 is on Moto on track now. Gannon, Wallace, Spano rolling down the back straightaway. Oh, Wallace, I know, sitting on that 2 spot, trying to pick up a top spot right now as they head for the final turn. Looks like Spano showing the way. You're on your world number 7. I think we drop one off down in turn 3. Here we go down the stripe. It's the 7 bike. It's going to go the World 7, that is. Peyton Spano with your first transfer. Wallace and Gannon. Here we go. Wallace back up. Looks like she's going to finish the lap on out, take that second transfer. Getting Gannon checked out back right now. Back there, our track officials. 84 is the next Moto on track. 12-year-old girls first expert. Burgess, Novak, Vescuso, Nelson, 2 to a main. Let's go your Nag 10 and your F. That's going to be Vescuso and Nelson. Both moving on out of Moto 84. Second rack, 12-year-old expert ladies coming at you now. Looking for Bauer, McRae, Fessler. They drop in turn number 1, looking for a top spot. believe that could be Fessler showing the way right now. Charlie Bauer, Capital City BMX local, sitting on that 2 spot, but she got company coming, sitting in the hip pocket. Looks like McCrae trying to find a way in on it. Oh, Bauer, she's not going to stop. She's going for that top spot as they drop in the final turn. It looked like shoulder to wheel, sealed the deal. Taking that top spot over as they come back in my direction. Moto number 85. It's Bauer out on point. Do the stripe. It's going to go Bauer with your first transfer and the 1 bike of Fessler both moving on. Out of Moto 85, 86, 13-year-old expert ladies coming at you. Macias, Hansen, Wilson, and Hale. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. In and out of that final turn, coming down through the dog leg, looking for a top spot right now. LSG colors out on point. Battle going for that 2 spot. They'll go the Nag 9 and the 2. That's Wilson and Hansen both moving on out of Moto 86. 87 is your Moto on track. Rodriguez, Caps, Potier. Looking for 3, and I've only got 2 out there. I know that Potier is one of them, and it looks like Aria might have missed a bell on this one. Caps with the 2. Here we come back in my direction. It will be the 7 bike of Caps and the 3 of Potier, both moving on out of Moto 87. That 14-year-old expert ladies on track now. Carey, Ryling, Forsyth, and Sarah Bia, 3 to a main event as they come out off that final turn back in my direction. Looking for a top spot right now as they roll through the section. It's the 1 bike out on point. That's going to be Sarah Bia. It'll be the 1, Nag 1, and the 8. Sarah Bia, looks like Ryling and Carey all moving on out of Moto 88. 89 is your Moto on track now. 15, 16 expert ladies. Shanaday, Becker, and Caps. Becker showing the way. S-squared national colors out on point. It's going to go Taya Becker with the first transfer in the 702 of Shanaday with the second transfer. Moto 90 on track now. Looking for Hammond, Robinson, and Braden. 2 more to main event. SC factory colors out on point. Maddie Braden showing the way out of Hesperia, California. Trying to put that first transfer on lockdown. It's Braden still out on point through the dog leg. It'll go Braden and the 6 bike of Ruby Robinson out of Reno, Nevada, both moving on. 91 is your Moto on track now. 17 and 20 expert ladies coming at you. Looking for Soto, Pino, and Meyer. Off the final turn down through the dog leg. Looking for a top spot right now. It's Elder out on point. Combined Moto It'll go Elder, the N, the 3, and the 252. All moving on out of Moto 91, 92 combined. 93 is your Moto on track. 44 and 45 expert ladies coming at you. Total points action. Privet, Latimer, Harwick. Latimer showing the way as they dropped into that final turn. Coming back in my direction looking for top spot. Make sure it is. Hang time, Heather Latimer out on point. Down to the stripe. It's going to go Latimer with the 1. The 2 bike of Privet on the 2. And Harwick will bring it home on the 3. 94 is your next Moto on track. Last of the girls club. 51 and over expert women. Davis, Hutland, Black, and Bergstrom. 3 spots up for grabs in a main event right now as they roll down the back straightaway. Looks like Davis, Hutland, and Black out on point. Bergstrom sitting on that 4 spot trying to find a way in. Heartbreak round action coming at you here at the Texas Nationals, Capital City BMX. Down to the stripe is going to go your Rock 1. That's Hutland with the 1. Your Nag 9 of Black. And the Nag 7 of Morrissey Davis, all moving on out of Moto 94. 95 coming at you now. 5 and under expert Hicks, Scheibel, and Kaxwara. Looks like Scheibel's going to lead us out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. There you are rolling. Good little battle here. 5 and under expert boys coming at you down the back straightaway. Battle brewing for that top spot as they head for the final turn. Oh, a little bit of headwind out there. Luckily, it's not like yesterday. The little legs got to be burning. Lungs on fire as you hit that final turn here at Capital City. Coming back in my direction, looking for a top spot. Gold Cup 1 out on point. Scheibel out of Phoenix. It's going to go Scheibel with the 1. The Nag 12 of Hicks on the 2. And Kaxwara on the 3. 96 is your Moto on track now. 6-year-old expert Schrader, Lopez, Shara, and Guthrie. Oh, throw a blanket over them. Oh, packed in there. 3 spots up for grabs in a main event. As they drop into the final turn, coming back in our direction, we'll pick up a top spot momentarily. Schrader, Lopez, Shara, and Guthrie. Battle's going for that top spot. Here we go, down to the stripe. It's going to go the 11, the 7, and the 84. That Schrader, Lopez, and Guthrie all moving on out of Moto 96. 97 is your Moto 7-year-old experts, 2 to a main event. Looking for Perry, Weaver, Weiss, and Shepard. Here we come back down to the line. It's going to go the 4 bike and the Nag 19. That's Shepard and Terry both moving on out of Moto 97. 98 on track now. Tanaka, Sebesta, Baker, and Baxter. Down the back straightaway they roll. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Battle going for that 2 spot. Third place shows in the wheel, seals the deal, takes it over. The little T-Bone Sebesta trying to find a way up the ladder, get into that transfer. They drop into that final turn. Heartbreak round action coming at you down through the dog leg. I got the Gold Cup 1 of Tanaka's. Oh, second place. Oh, my God. The humanity blows up at the line. We're going to get him checked out right now. That's Tanaka's and Baxter moving on out of that moto. Getting our downrider checked out right now. Officials on scene. 8 expert first rack coming back around at us. Simon, Salerno, Avini, and Hicks. It'll go the 7 and the World 5. Hicks and Simon. Yeah, make a little noise. Arlo, man, went OTB right at the line almost. You're going to ride this one out, live to ride another day. Gate slams down, Moto 100 coming at you, second rack, 8-year-old experts, 2 to a semi-main event, 157. Max Wiggins going to lead us down into turn number 1. Wiggins, Crank Lab BMX colors out of Yukon, Oklahoma, showing the way as they drop in and out of turn number 2. Looks like O'Hagan running on that 2 spot out of Montgomery, Texas. Rockstar BMX local. Sikowski out of Las Vegas. S-squared colors sitting on that 3 spot trying to find a way in. Moto 100, 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. They come off of turn number 3 back in my direction. Oh, we're going to drag race it for that top spot, but the boys got it locked down. It's going to go Wiggins and O'Hagan both moving on out of Moto 100. 101 is a moto on track. Next rack, 8-year-old experts, 2 more to a semi-main event. Kinsler, Mann, and Larson. Off the final turn, going to ride the wave of the Cap City dog leg as they come back this way, looking for a top spot. It is your 9 bike into 13. It's going to go the 9 of Larson and the 13 of Kinsler, both moving on out of Moto 101. 102 is your next moto. 9-year-old experts, Lyle Briggs. Alan Johnson looking for a top spot 2 to a semi-main event. It's going to go your 19 and the 34. That's Vander Hayden and Briggs, both moving on out of Moto 102. 103 on track. Cudel, Jarvis, Turner, Schroeder, and Reyes. 2 more moving on to a 9-year-old expert main event. Little airtime going on down there as they come to the stripe. It's going to go your 9 bike and the Nag 9. That's Schrader and Reyes, both moving on out of Moto 103. 104 on track now. Lau, Evans, and Baker. 2 more moving on to a 9-year-old expert semi-main event. Off the final turn, looking for a top spot right now. Nag 7 out on point. That's Lau. It's going to go Lau and the 1 bike of Baker out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, both moving on out of Moto 104. 105 on track now. Final rack, 9-year-old experts. Shirley, Clannon, and McConnell. 2 more moving on to a semi-main event as they come off the final turn. Moto number 105 coming at you. It's Shirley, Wheelie Wade Shirley that is. It's going to go Shirley and the Nag 10 of McConnell, both moving on out of 105. 106 is your moto on track now. 10-year-old experts coming at you. Macias, Eubanks, Pope, and Rodas looking for a top spot right now. Or are they coming off turn number 1? Oh, here we go. Pope with the top spot. It'll go Pope and the 14 of Macias, both moving on to a main event. Second rack, 10-year-old experts, Meyer, Lenars, and Kovacs. Kovacs showing the way right now. Albie's colors out on point. He's got company coming for his lunch money, though, as they drop into that final turn. Let's see how it shakes out as they come back down through the dog leg. 3 riders. I got 2 spots up for grabs. It's going to go the 1 bike of Lenars and the Nag 16 of Kovacs, both moving on out of Moto 107. 108 is your moto on track now. First rack, 11-year-old experts, 2 to a semi-main event. Walker, Long, Christensen, and Menchaca off to final turn, coming back in our direction, looking for a top spot. Battle's going to go for the 2 spot. It'll go for the 4 and the 8. That's Menchaca and Long, both moving on out of Moto 108. 109 on track now. 2 more spots in 11 experts semi-main event. Looking for Moraine, Hester, Rodriguez, and Novak. Man, this is almost a main event right here. Here we come down to the stripe. It's going to go Noah Rodriguez and the 10 bike of Novak, both moving on out of 109. 110 is next moto on track. Caps, Harwell, Warner, and Angela. Leader got this one on lockdown pretty much. Battle's going to go for the 2 spot as they hit the final turn, coming back in our direction. 2 more moving on to 11 expert semi-main event. It's the 528 and the 27. 528 of Angela and the 27 of Warner, both moving on out of Moto 110. 111 is your moto on track now. 12-year-old experts coming at you. Morris, Briley, and Guillen. Guillen showing the way down through the dogleg. S-squared Texas colors to the stripe. It's going to go Colin Guillen with your first transfer. Looking for the second one. It'll go the 64 of Max and Morris, both moving on out of Moto 111. 112 on track now. Hammond, Guillen, and Thomas. You're not seeing double vision. It's the twin brother, Connor Guillen, bringing it on home down through the dogleg. S-squared Texas colors. It'll go Guillen and the 24 bike for the Proline crew. That's Connor Hammond, Cooper Hammond, both moving on out of 112. 113, next rack, 12-year-old experts, 2 to a semi. Clark, Lee, and Eakins. In and out of that final turn, coming back in our direction, looking for a top spot right now. Moto number 113 on track. Clark, Lee, and Eakins down to the stripe. It's going to go the 30 and the 7. That's Lee and Eakins, both moving on out of Moto 113. 114 is your next moto. Last rack, 12-year-old experts. 2 more to a semi-main event. Terry Carrasquero and Wilson. Moto 114, here they come. All leader doing it on the high, wide, and handsome side. It'll be the 12 of Wilson. Battle for the 2. Going to go the 928 of Carrasquero. Excuse me for butchering that. Carrasquero, Jen says. 115, next moto on track. 13-year-old expert Nelson Fields, Shotwell. It'll go the 4 and the 60. That's Nelson and Fields, both moving on out of 115. 116 on track now. Morris, Murphy, and Cutler. 2 more spots in a 13 expert semi-main event. Off to final turn, coming back in my direction, looking for a top spot right now. Leader out on point, 27 is going to be Morris. It'll go Morris and the 22 of Murphy, both moving on out of 116. Next rack, 13-year-old experts, Moto 117, Taylor, Stewart, and Sanders. The Sandman showing the way off that final turn, I believe. Factory Alto, Wrecking Crew colors. It's Zach Sanders out of the Houston area. It's going to go Sanders and the 28. Or was that 20? Sorry. 19 and 26. Stewart, next moto going to be the 30 and the 10 out of Moto 118. 30 and the 10. That's Walker and Steibel, both moving on out of 14 Expert to a main event. 119 is your next moto. Nichols, Gosselin, Berg, Vicario, and Coleman. Boys going to take it downtown. Here we go off of turn number 1. BMX Sharks colors out on point, showing the way. That's got to be Maddox. Vicario showing the way out of turn number 2. 2 spots up for grabs in a 14 Expert main event as they roll down the back straightaway. Day number 2, Texas Nationals coming at you down to the stripe. It's going to go Vicario and the Nag 4 of Gosselinberg, both moving on out of Moto 119. 120 is your Moto on track. 15-year-old experts, first rack of them. 2 to a semi-main event. Prefontaine, Deitch, Veredos, and Ledesma. In and out of that final turn, looking for a top spot right now. Here we go to the stripe. It's going to go the 12 bike of Veredos and the e-bike of Ledesma, both moving on out of Moto 120. 121 is Moto on deck, looking for Perry, Akers, Buller, and Jellison. Gate slams down. Here we come. Leader's going to get gone early. The 7 bike. 7 going to lead us down into turn number 1. That's Jellison out of Yukon, Oklahoma. In and out of turn number 2. Jellison showing the way right now. He got a company coming for him down the back straightaway. Second place, cranking it up a little bit, trying to tighten that gap, looking for a top spot as they head into that final turn. Jellison trying to keep this one on lockdown, move on to a semi-main event. Here we go, down the stripe. It's still Jellison and the 16 of Buller, both moving on out of Moto 121. 122 is your next Moto, looking for Brown, Nelson, and Charlton. 2 more spots up for grabs in a semi-main event. They roll down the back straightaway. First and second trying to get gone. Third place trying to find a way in. Heartbreak round action coming at you here at Capital City BMX Texas Nationals day number 2. It's going to go the 10 bike and the 6. That's Brown and Nelson, both moving on out of Moto 122. 123 is your next Moto on deck. 15-year-old expert Stafford, Crawford, and Myers to a semi-main event. Last rack of 15 experts. Easy for me to say. Moto 123 on track right now. Wrapping up second round action here at Capital City BMX Texas Nationals day number 2. Here we go down the stripe. It'll go the 11 and the 6. Myers and Stafford both moving on out of Moto 123. 124 is your next Moto on track. 16-year-old experts, 2 to a main event. Looking for Torres, Klingelhofer, Stewart, Beebe, and Baroni. We're going to crank the skillet up a little bit. Going to get a little faster. Here we go down the stripe. It's your Nag 11 and the 19. That's going to go Barone and Stewart, both moving on out of 124. 125 on track now. Esposito, Gomalicki, Hoyam, and Pedal down the back straightaway. Albie's colors out on point, showing the way down the back straightaway. Evan Esposito out of Palm Springs, Florida. 2 spots up for grabs in a 16 expert main event. Here we come down to the stripe. Esposito bonking it, going to hang on to it. It'll go your Nag 8 and Pedal on the 12 bike, both moving on out of Moto 125. 126 is your Moto 1 track. We're going to battle it out for that top spot as they come off of turn number 2. 2 to a quarter main event. 17, 20-year-old experts, Brewer, Funk, Hobson, and Harwick. Moto 126 on track, coming off that final turn back in my direction, looking for a top spot. It's the 923 and the 8. Brewer and Funk both moving on out of 126. 127 on track now, looking for Maybon, Crane, and McHenry. 2 more spots to a quarter main event. They're rolling down the backstretch. Hot lap going down right now, in and out of that final turn, coming back in my direction, looking for a top spot right now. It's going to go the 36 and the 4. Crane, the Birdman, Brandon Crane, and Maybon both moving on out of 127. 128 on track now. Owen, Duran, and Adams. Owen showing the way down the back straightaway right now. Looks like Duran sitting on that 2 spot. Adams on the 3 trying to find a way in as they hit the final turn. Second round action, 2 moving on to a quarter main event. Here we go. Down the stripe, it's going to be Owen and Duran both moving on. Out of Moto 128, 129 as we turn the page. 17, 20-year-old experts, 2 to a quarter main event. Harwick, Knobs, and Davis. Looks like Davis and Harwick running 1-2. Knobs on that 3 spot trying to find a way in. That's how it runs down the stripe. It'll go the 14 of the rig. Davis and the 6 bike of Harwick both moving on out of Moto 129. 130 on track now. Looking for Hagen, Wendell, and Trujillo. Rolling down the back straightaway. Leaders getting gone in this one. 2 more moving on to a quarter main event. Moto number 130 coming at you down through the dog leg. It's going to go the 11 and the 24. That's Trujillo and Hagen, both moving on out of Moto 130. 131 on track, 21, 25-year-old experts, first group of them. Looking for Strecker, Alan Sornin, and Folkrod. Looks like Strecker out on point. S squared AO colors, Arkansas, Oklahoma as they come off the final turn. Oh no, Strecker back to 3. It'll go the Gold Cup 1 and the Gold Cup. Alan Sorensen and Folkrod moving on there. Moto 132 on track now. Carbona, Inglis, and the Kingpin. Herdlicka off of turn 1 down to 2 straight they roll. Looking for a top spot right now. Looks like Carbona and Inglis getting gone with this one. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event as they roll down the back straightaway. 21, 25-year-old experts. Day number 2 here. USA BMX Texas Nationals Capital City BMX. It's going to go the 11 and the 12. That's going to be Carbona and Inglis. Both moving on out of Moto 132, 133 on track now, 26, 35-year-old experts. Medeiros, Jimenez, and Pierce, 2 more spots up for grabs in a main event. They roll down the back straightaway and pick up a top spot momentarily as they come back around. Down to the stripe, it's going to go the 33 and the 38. That's Medeiros and Pierce moving on out of 133. 134 is Yamamoto on track now. 36, 40-year-old experts looking for Hurst, Bennett, Williford, and Hunter. Down the back straightaway they go. Hurst running on the 3 spot. Williford on the 4 trying to find a way in. We'll pick up the other 2 momentarily as they come back around. Here we go. It's going to be the B-bike of Bennett. 3 moving on. The 6 and the 12. That's Hunter and Hurst all moving on out of 134. 135 is the Moto 1 track. Boys mixing it up on that back straightaway. 41, 45-year-old expert Dubois, Jackson, and St. Romain. Claiborne factory colors out on point. Looks like Jason St. Romain out of Prairieville, Louisiana, showing the way it is. St. Romain and Jackson. It'll go St. Romain and the 60 of Jackson, both moving on out of Moto 135. 136 is your next Moto on track now. 46, 50-year-old experts. First rack, 2 to a main event. Looking for Harwell, Blee, and Pruitt. Harwell and Blee out there. Looking for 3. I got 2. Looks like we're going to boat ride this one to a main event. Second rack, 46, 50-year-old experts. It will be Harwell and Blee, both moving on out of 136. 137, more 46, 50-year-old experts. Kirk Landine, Brian Randolph, Jim Bauer. They roll down the back straightaway, coming back in my direction in and out that final turn. Looking for a top spot right now. They're going to be the 40 bike and the 3. That's going to be Randolph and Landine, both moving on out of 137. 138 on track now. First rack, 51, 55-year-old experts looking for McCauley, Scott, and Cutler. Scott showing the way down the back straightaway. Love Racing Crew out of Granbury, Texas, up in the DFW area, looking to transfer 2 to a main event. It's Scott out on point. And Cutler on the 2. It'll go Scott, Cutler, both moving on out of Moto 138. 139 on track now, looking for McIntyre, Wallace, and Norton. Down the back straightaway, Norton out on point. ASD colors, McIntyre sitting on that 2 spot. He got company coming, though. Wallace sitting on that 3 spot trying to find a way in. 51, 55 expert, second rack of them coming at you looking for spots in the main event. It's going to be the Q-Man, Quentin Norton, and the 16 of Big Mike McIntyre, both moving on out of 139. 140 final moto coming at you now down the back straightaway. Bega, Sneed, Smart. Bega showing the way. Commander Cody Smart sitting in the hip pocket as they hit the final turn. Kent Sneed running on that 3 spot trying to find a way in as they come down. Final moto of transfers coming at you. Here we go. It's going to go Bega and the 8 bike of the Commander Cody Smart, both moving on out of 140. And just like that, we were done with motos.
Coming up next, guys, we got quarters and semis. 1720X has a quarter main today. So 1720 quarter mains. You guys start making your way to staging. After that, we got semis for 8X, 9X, 11X, 12X, 13X, 15X, and 1720X. So quarter mains up next for 1720X. Followed by semi-mains.
This isn't your typical commercial, because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.
and Brown into that first turn. Santos going to slip into that 3 spot. Harwig and Maven going to work it out for the 4 as they head down that second straightaway. In and out of the Pro Max turn. Down the 3 straight they go. Still got the lockout out front. Got to be the Terminator Lloyd. Lloyd bringing this one down that 3rd straightaway. Arizona boy getting it done. Downtown Deacon Brown out of San Jose. A couple of NorCal boys going on the 2-3. Brown and Santos drive it back through with Lloyd on that top spot. And the 4 bike of Maven will round out your top 4. Out of quarter number 1, quarter number 2, downtown. E-Pop. Popovich down in the ascendant first turn. Serini kicks it off on that 2 spot. 3-4 going to be up for grabs coming down the 2 straightaway. Driving this one in and out of that second turn. 3rd straightaway. Premier Colors trying to crank things up. The rig. Davis trying to get the rig rolling hard down that 3rd straightaway. Let's see what he's got in and out of turn number 3. And the dog leg straight coming back at us. Still getting the boys wrapped up. Popovich, Serini going to go 1-2 down the last straightaway. The Birdman, Crane. Crane comes back for a 3 to 459 by Marchena. Rounding out your top 4. Bailey, Duran, Brewer, Owen, Hagen. True that. Bailey out front, out of the first turn. Big Matty Brewer picking it up on that 2 spot. Daylight cycles in and out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. Ramping it up. S squared on the charge for home. Down the 3 straight. Trying to crank. Brewer ran off the course right there. Got the exit out of the second turn. 3rd straightaway. He'll shut her down. Looks like that's the way that one's going to bring it back through. Owen, Hagen, Duran, and Bailey coming back for those top 4 spots out of quarter number 3. Last rack 1720 coming our way. Down the hill we go. Got a pretty good pop on drive on this one. The Silent Assassin Trujillo out of first turn, second straightaway. Carter picking it up on the 2 spot. He'll drive it into that Pro Max turn down that 3rd straightaway. Claiborne Answer Factory picking it up on the 3. Got to be St. Romain charging hard right now. Looking for that 4 spot as they ramp things up down that 3rd straight. Bring them into that last turn. Funk trying to get in the game on the way back through. He'll lock this one up. Looking for the 4 on the way back around. Last straightaway. Got it rolling on back down to as Funk, Carter, St. Romain, and Trujillo will round out your top 4. We'll start staging up the semis here in just a minute. So semis coming up next. So make sure you guys get on up there. Don't miss out.
This isn't your typical commercial, because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co.
You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.
Let's see who's got the horsepower to kick things off on this one. Down the hill we go into that first turn. Nag 5. Factory Scented LSG, and then Ascended out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Got the top spot locked in with Novi. Novi bringing this one down through that second straightaway. Simon coming out of Aruba, slipping back to a 3-spot in and out of the second turn. Third straightaway, Sly Mackay Abruzzi, world number 2. Sean Carvajal's LDC slips into that 2-spot down through that third straightaway. Gate 9 colors coming into that last turn. Got to be Sullivan. Sullivan ramping it up with them. Abruzzi, Novi, Simon working it out on the top spot. So Hagen and Kinsler trying to put something together behind the turn as they come back around down that last straightaway. Got this one wrapped up back to the stripe with the W5 back to the line. We'll go with Sullivan. Back to me, get it rolling on back home. That's the way it goes. Out of semi number 3, semi number 4 downtown. Franklin, Napolitano, Ricks, Hicks, Wiggins, and Larson. Big shot out front, cranking this one out of the first turn. Franklin racing out of Lakeside, California, coming down the 2 straightaway. Got everybody in tow right now. A little single file as they head in and out of that second turn. Third straightaway, 4-spot could be up for grabs. Gold Coast Daylight making some moves right now. The Bandit Ricks trying to put it together down through that third straightaway. Terrapin Colors picking it up on the 4 as they head down that 3 straight. The Arson, Larson trying to hang on to that 4 spot as they head forward around the last straightaway. Coming back through, going to be a Nag 7 of Hicks. Hicks picking it up for that 2 spot. Larson rounding it out with Wiggins. Back to the line. That's the way it'll go right there. Semi number 5, 9-year-old Experts down the first straightaway. Send it out of turn number 1. Factory Scented LSG, Richard Lander, Rodriguez, Schumann, Briggs, Schroeder, Lau, Wheelie, Wade, Shirley. Trying to bring the wheelies in and out of the second turn, third straightaway. Who's got the horsepower and the charge out front? Bushido looking for a top spot. Jay Lau coming down the third straight. Ramping this one up into that last turn. Looking for it all the way back through. The laser show Schumann. Schumann getting in the game right now as he heads for home. Down the line, last straightaway, got to be Sean Carvajal's LDC. Rodriguez slips in for a 3 and a Gold Cup 2. Rounded out right back to the line of Winky Lander. Lander come back in out of semi number 5, semi number 6. Whoa, moving over, no blinker right there. Downtown we go. Albie Sennett, Jaxie boy, coming over hard down the first straightaway and gets up with a top spot and gets a nice little hole shot rolling on down through that second straight. In and out of the second turn, third straightaway, locking this in with Tremillo. Tremillo looking for a way into the game right now. I'll wing it, man. I'm not scared. Alan Colwell, Tremillo, Vanderheiden, Reyes, Baker, McConnell. Cranking things up one more time out of that third turn. Last straightaway, around the corner they go. See who pops up on that top spot. Jaxie boy still getting it done. Tremillo working on that too. Whoa, Kamikaze getting a little wild out there on the G-bike. Back to the line. Nag 9 will stretch it out at the stripe. Reyes will round out your top 4. Out of semi number 6, semi number 7. Pamels, Howell, Young, Long, Rodriguez, and Warner. Out of turn number 1 down the second straightaway. Jackson Howell keeping it safe right there, hanging on that 2 spot. Got the world champ out front on the top spot. The young gun, Cody Young, in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Keeping everything's locked in. Looking for Rodriguez, Warner, Long, Pamels working this one out down through that third straight into that last turn. Everybody's headed for home right now. 11-year-old Experts on track. Semi number 7 on The way back through, 7 by Rodriguez. Howell pick it up, 1 and 2, back to the line. Gold Cup 2. How about Pomels? Howell, Young, Rodriguez. Rounding out your top 4. Pac-Man with a big shot down into that first turn. He knows it's a race day. Out of turn number 1, Sneed working his way up into the game right now down that second straightaway. Trying to get onto that 4 spot, see what he's got going in and out of turn number 2 down the 3 straightaway. Making a move right there. Can he get things going on? Ramping things up down the 3 straight. Oh, getting a little balled up right there. Oh, Sneed, off course. Going back at it. Gnarly Charlie kept the door locked up, tied on him right there. He came knocking hard, though, coming back through down the last straightaway. Paxman getting it done on that top spot. Back to the line, coming back around. Angela, go with the Albie Sin at Noyola. Back to me. Back Noyola, Paxman, and Angela round out your top 4. Out of semi number 8, semi number 9, Tasha Janssens, Loza, Gonzalez, Morris, Hammond, Lee, Carrasquero out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Tasha on the front line run. Hazelnut coming in down the second turn. Rolling on back through 0-9, picks it up for that 2 spot. Got to be Speedy Gonzalez out of Bullhead, Arizona, coming down that third straightaway. Keeping things on lock, looking for that 3 spot. Going to be a BMX Shark, the Rattler, Janssens. Janssens hanging on to that 3. Grand Prix local out of Paris, California, coming back down the line last straightaway. Back through, looking for the OG Lone Wolf, Loza. Loza come back to the line. He'll get it done on the 4. Back through semi number 9. Another one charging hard into that first turn. Oh, coming back around. Rue, Guyan, Eakins, Wilson, Tyson, Piper, Hoffman down through that second straightaway. Noisy Boy looking for a top spot right now to turn number 2. Down the third straightaway. Tucson, where's she at? Well, I thought maybe she lost her voice already. I don't know. She's always in for the long haul, man. Bring it back through. We'll go Tyson. Tyson will pick it up on that 2 spot as they drive this one out of that third turn. Around the dog legger, getting it done. Hoffman, Tyson go 1-2. Back to the line. 19 bike going to go Connor. He'll get it done with the 5 bike in tow. Piper will round out your top 4 as they move on to that main event. Out of semi number 10, semi number 11. Moore, Tyson, Jenzuski, Nelson, Morris, Stewart. Jenzuski looking for that hole shot. Tyson will take it around the outside. He'll lock it down out of the first turn, second straightaway. Got to be Moore picking it up on that 3. The Oklahoma boys, Hardesty locals coming in out of that second turn. Third straight they go. Everybody's charging hard. Got to be Nelson. Nelson picking it up on that 4 spot as they go down through that third straightaway. Single file. They drive it back through. Moore, Janzuski, Nelson, Tyson working this one out of that last turn. Last straightaway, they come around the corner, and looks like that's the way these boys are going to finish it up. Out of semi number 11, back to the line, 13X. Martinez, Anderson, Christian, Fields, Murphy. Sanders has the inside line, but Christian going to come from the outside, make a move. Martinez slipping into that 2 spot as they head for it down that second straightaway. Alto Record Crew getting in the game right now. Sanders dropping in. Slipping back to a 3. Martinez puts it on the 2 spot. Coming down the third straightaway, Super Beat Christian. Christian getting it done on that top spot. Down that 3 straight they go. Spicy Bean Anderson, Bay Area Dynamics, one of the bad boys coming out of that last turn, looking for a 4 spot. Knew the bad boy crew as he come on back to the line. Bay Area Dynamics will pick it up on the 4. Sanders, Christian, Anderson, Martinez. Out of semi number 12, semi number 13. Got to be Ruiz taking a drive down in that Senate turn, out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Mooney sticking a wheel in there right there. He's coming out of turn number 1, sitting on a 3 spot as he driving in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Bay Area Dynamics shows him a wheel. It's up for grabs on the 4 spot at Aspen. Coming down the third straightaway, got to be Corella Brown, Hardesty local. He's got a little long game. His strong coming down the third straightaway. See if he can hang on to this one. Banging bars out of the last herd, coming back through. Looking for it on that 2 spot. Colley coming back to the line. Mooney and Brown will round it out. Another one headed down the first straightaway. Got it locked in. Looking for a top spot. Regal. Oh, no. Last one right there. He going out. Coming into that second turn. Looking for that 2 spot. In and out we're going to go. Regal on the front line run. He's got this one locked and loaded. Going down through that third straightaway. Keeping things moving on. Got to be Dr. J Perkins. Perkins in the game right there. Little hugs, high fives going on with the boys in that first turn. Like, man, shoot. As they come out of that last straightaway back to the stripe. Waters will slip in for the 3 to the line with the 6 bikes. We'll round it out right there. Brody Nelson will find his way into that main event. 17-20s. Oh, the Terminator going to send it out of the send it first turn. Down the second straightaway. Downtown, Deegan Brown hanging on that 2 spot. It's up for grabs on the 3-4. Oh, we lost one going to that second turn down the third straightaway. Let's see what goes on with this one. Marchano trying to crank things up. Let's see if he can get a little game going on down through that third turn. In and out we're going to go. Last straight coming back around. Who's got this one? Lloyd Brown going to get it done. 1-2 on the way back around. Going to be Serini picking it up on the 3. Back to the stride. Marchena will round it out and come on back down to us. Kick another one off down the first straightaway. Santos got a big pop with E-Pop. Popovich driving it out of the first turn, second straightaway. Duran slipping in on that 3 spot, coming down to 2 straightaway. Getting things going on. Carter's got to put something. Oh, there goes the move right there. Finds the open door on Trujillo out of the second turn, third straightaway. Oh, but watch out for the silent assassin. He knows how to ramp it up a little bit down the 3 straight into that last turn. Let's see what goes on from here on out, coming back down to it. Santos, Popovich getting it done 1-2 back down the last straightaway. Duran and Carter will round out your top 4.
Main events coming up at 12:30, guys. 12:30, kicking off open main events. So you got a little bit of time, get you some lunch. Race Fair's open. Dylan said he's got great deals over there. Check him out. So 12:30 kicks off Pro Round 1 and Amateur Open Mains. We are on a time schedule today, 12:30. Pro 1, Amateur Open Mains. Girl Cruiser Novice at 1:15. Inter Girls and Experts at 2 o'clock. Going to turn the mic over to Doug Harwell. He's got a presentation to do here.
Hey, guys, I need all of Capital City to the finish line. All Capital City to the finish line and volunteers. Fontaine. Where's Matt? All right, Rita, come here. Come here, Rita. Rita. The community has given
This isn't your typical commercial.
Because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done.
You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.